Right, so welcome to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 104, 104. I'm Ryan, the GM. It's the 3rd of September 2021. Here are the players.
Hiya, I'm Adrian and I play Arya the Bluebird, the half-elf druid.
Hello, I'm Sean and I play Bastiel, the Warforged cleric.
Hi, I'm Scott. I play Crumbar, half-orc diplomat.
Hi, I'm Hannah and I play Isla, the tiefling sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Natalie and I play Maratus, the dark elf.
Hi, I'm Callie and I play Serene, the Furbolg Ranger.
That's me again. Good hello, everybody. So, what do you remember from last time?
Oh,
Big meeting, many
we
schemes,
all,
lots of people.
I was saying before that though, we all got told off. We've been not good teammates.
Mm-hmm.
We know do the thing you're supposed to do.
You hurt my feelings.
Teamwork makes
we made
the
Morada
dream work.
sad. And we had like deep conversations of secrets and lies.
Yep. It's good.
Yeah.
Just to highlight, I really still really enjoyed the fact that you, Isla, went to Marat's one. We are not telling you everything. I will be honest about that.
Maratus appreciates that too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's still fair. I'm not going to tell you everything.
It's because
But
it's the
I'm letting
approach
you know
I
that
would
we've
have
not told
taken,
you.
and I love it
Yeah.
because it's 100% what my characters would have done too. It's like, I don't want to tell you everything, but I'll tell you that I'm not telling you everything if that makes you feel some kind of comfort.
Yeah, and Isla now feels for sure that we should have done that in the first place. We should have just gone, by the way, we've not told you everything. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. We'll see. Maratus's mom was cool and
Yeah.
As always.
yeah.
Mama's the coolest.
I've got some art
Shoot.
for her now, actually.
Oh.
Huzzah!
Let me just zoom and enhance.
Oh, she's so beautiful.
Oh,
Hi, Mom.
beautiful.
It's nice, right? It's quite understated, I think. For like a lady of leisure.
Mm.
Yeah. She's also not. That's not to scale, guys. Like that's too big for
Oh my
Omen.
god, she's huge!
That's like Benjamin scale.
It's just crazy. It's too
She
crazy.
rides atop Benjamin, and that is her mount.
She's a little smaller. Technically, she's like that size.
Nah, mother.
I actually did shrink the token, but you only see the transition between big and smaller, so that wasn't as exciting as it could have been.
Yeah, it just like disappeared.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was still on the map. It was just very small. I'm full of sugar. Can you guess?
Oh my god,
And caffeine, it's good.
I'm
It's
just
good.
no. I'm now applying caffeine. I haven't had any
Oh,
today.
no.
So this is other than what was in my soft drink at the cinema. But yeah,
Cinema.
Cinema.
the cinema.
Cinema.
I mean, it's a perfectly normal way to pronounce that.
The theatre.
The theatre with
Theatre.
the cameras. Oh dear. Anything else that happened?
Yeah, back to Marat. Yeah, big meeting. Oh god, all the governors are here. Oh no, drama.
Apparently,
Queen.
teleportation is a thing in Omen.
Yeah. Not only I have Janus type teleportation, but butterflies work too.
The Elf Queen just doesn't care about MD's rules. That's all.
She doing her own thing.
Yeah.
Cramba.
Also- Oh, what you saying?
No, go.
No, I was going to say, it seems like we're going to be changing the purpose of the wards to potentially contain the abyss, or try to. Which is a big thing.
I definitely try.
Keyword try. Success might be limited.
Yeah.
Trying is the first step to failure.
Yep.
Yeah, I was just saying. Cramba tried to reveal that we had the Rod of Power.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was just
Ooh.
trying to,
He didn't try. He did.
I was just trying to be like, like showboating a wee bit. Like,
No.
Yes, it's also
No,
called putting a
John.
target on the back of your head.
Well,
You're
you
sure the
showboat
man that we think
leader of
has.
the fucking empire. Totally.
Yeah, we all have feelings about this apparently.
Let's vent them now, okay?
Oh no, Maratus has got time for this, and he
Oh,
has
yeah.
intentions. So don't
Yeah.
worry.
Yeah.
I made a deal
I-
with this man.
Oh.
like, don't get me wrong. Scott now notices that that possibly wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, I
Along
think
with a few other things.
to Scott's defense, he did tell me that he may or may not have thought this was like a patsy governor he thought the Emperor had put. And I had to correct him. No, it was like the current
Oh.
Dragon Emperor.
Oh.
That Magna
Yeah,
had
that was-
beaten.
No, so you've got that wrong.
No.
Oh,
That
no.
isn't the same one, he bet. That's the current one.
The new one.
Yes.
But they're metallics, aren't they? The dragon.
Yes, because
Empire.
it's come up
Yeah.
a few times in the game, and I think a lot of people, because the five, are like such a big thing in the game, right? Because let's face it, they're big evil dragons. Encourages with a lot of exposure to them. I think it's quite easy to think, oh, the Dragon Empire must have had something to do with them. There is zero connection other than dragon and dragon, right?
Mm.
It is very much the five were an enemy to the Dragon Empire as well as, like, you know, the kingdom. So that's just something I want to reiterate. That's not hidden knowledge. That's just what most people think. So yeah, like the five have nothing to do with like Axis or the old Empire. And as I said, that's the current guy that is in charge, Emperor Lucan.
Mm.
Yeah. Anything else worthy of note?
Oh.
Well, I suppose we met a few new people. So Edwin Quickspell,
Yep, Lord Edwin Quickspell.
Lord
Everybody's
Edwin
favourite.
Quickspell, who everyone absolutely adored because he's so kind and humble.
The most humble you could say.
Yeah.
Liquor is what he is.
He comes with his very own straw for sucking arse.
Is it metallic
not
or
wrong.
chromatic? No, I'm kidding. So anyway.
No.
The governess of Santa Cora was there. We don't know her name. She's just the governess. Mr. Dragon Emperor, whose name we did.
Yeah, Lucan. Yep.
Lucan.
Yep.
I wrote it down in the list.
Nice.
Let me see. Lucan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then just the Elf Queen and
Just the Elf Queen. Yeah.
Just the Elf
Just
Queen.
her.
See, this is
That's
the
a
attitude I
rule.
need. This is the attitude I need.
just the Elf Queen,
That's the Elf
Petrovandus, and Cyril.
It's a rule.
Yeah, just them.
No, just nobody's. Just like run of the mill
Mm-hmm.
folks that
We've
we
met them
know.
before. It's fine. Yeah, but they were all there. So
I thoroughly enjoyed Cyril's moment of saying to Crumbar, sit down. Just at that moment of, please respect him.
Please.
He's a Dragon Emperor. He got drip. Please leave him alone. Yeah. So that's something else that maybe is worth highlighting as well. That implies Cyril respects the Dragon Emperor, right?
Mhm.
As we know, right? We, the knowing, we know Cyril's the blue. How many other people seem to know that, which is cool and sneaky.
Wait,
Is she the best?
And because of Crumbar's wish, she's now a governor of one of Magna's cities, which is also great.
and
And
our only proper known ally.
yep, exactly. Your only proper known ally, or at least
Yeah, the only one we are for sure.
and I like what that implies about the Dragon Emperor, because he got a seat at the table, as it were, even though there was no table. The table didn't get a seat at the table, and obviously, like, one of the evil dragons of the world respects him enough to shut Crumbar down. So
Oh my god. Sorry, but I would have loved that now if I went, this isn't a council, there's no table.
you said I had to sit at the table. Where is this table? It's a metaphorical table.
It was a mimic. We had to kill it.
Yep. Sorry, the table. It didn't like where it's. Yeah. So maybe Magna was the table. He was in the middle.
Magna, get on all fours.
So besides propositioning
That's how
Magna,
Crombar died.
anything else worthy of note? I remember Lunaria like mothering Bastille a little bit. You know, if it spent any longer together, she might just have adopted you.
Damn it, friend zone.
Yeah.
Fuck! One job.
I mean, I don't know if that's true. You have a lot of jobs. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? No, everything. That was pretty worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rasira
Yeah.
and Cerule were more than happy to say the cities that they protect, their wards can be repurposed. Quickspell said, "Nah, Glitterhagen's too important. Why would we give up?" And
I agree, he should be replaced.
And then Magna was like, "You will do what you're told."
prepare your wards in case we do need to move them. Was his last command. So that does imply that they have some way of interacting with the wards, which is interesting as well. So it isn't all like just, Magna sat with the remote controls for all of them. So that's interesting. Yeah, okay. Goals. Let's have a look at those things. So, who never reads the goals out? Because I feel like it's not my job to track who I ask to read goals out. So, I think I'm just going to ask Natalie to read them all out.
I was thinking it, but I didn't want to throw someone under the bus.
Why? Because I picked you?
Okay, so our general goals are get a new Eye of Janus, theorycraft assassinations, brackets, what would it take, locate the Great Gold Worm, and acquire the Black Fang Spear.
And your personal goal, please.
My personal goal is learn about mastering or removing the Elf Queen connection.
I'm really glad it has the word connection in that second line because it gives it a bit more drama if you've got it covered. It's just removing the Elf Queen or mastering her, which I think is interesting.
I can't remember. Removing the Elf Queen connection, was that her connection to all the elves, or what was that again? I can't remember. Connection.
You know how she made me shut up during the meeting?
Yeah.
Because she can control elves. Yeah, I don't like that. I would like less of that.
Oh, right.
Do you not remember, Scott, remember when Crombar was in her woods and then both like Plagal and Kitty both like like Riz as well, like automatically kneeled?
Yep.
Yeah. Riz didn't
got it.
actually automatically kneel. He wasn't introduced at that point. He was the secret addition who was in like a separate grove. The green room, as it were. So, yeah, okay. Arya, what about your personal goal? Webamzo. The dance of the muting. Arya, that's you.
Unmuting myself would help indeed, yes.
Yep.
I was saying, Arya really wants to find out the cost of freeing the plant being.
Yep. Bastiel.
Delve into the Phoenix with the head researcher. Yeah.
And that's assumed the subject of said Phoenix, not literally dive into a Phoenix.
Well, either or.
Like a football game with cool, like, mythical beings, and you're like, nah, I'm going after you, Phoenix. Or you really hate Jean Grey, one of the two. Serene.
I'd love.
Yeah, me too.
I want to know what is in the plants.
And is it
What is
Bastiel tackling a Phoenix?
Is it Bastiel?
What is that?
Why, plant? Why?
Yeah. And Isla?
Uncover new information about tieflings and their possible link to the Abyssal Breach.
Yeah. I also, every time I see it written, I just hear Isla. Every time.
Yeah.
And I hate
feel
it.
ya.
I hate it. God, that's such a dumb voiceover.
Yeah. I've just met someone called Isla, and it's not spelled anything like that. And I was
Okay.
like, oh.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
Can you type in Discord what it is spelled like, if you remember?
Oh,
Yeah, 'cause I'm just super curious,
Yeah, I'm
obviously.
curious now.
Yeah. And
yeah, it
Crum-
had an A and a Y in it, is what I remember.
Is it that way you're on about spelling it?
No,
I'm sure it's Eileen.
that's the island thing.
Also, Crumbar, do you want to tell people what your goal idea is?
Win the game.
No,
When
you are winning the game by being here.
We didn't really settle on one, but I think it was get like chatting with Eremos, like get appearance with Eremos or something like that.
I thought you were more interested in something else. No? You given up on that?
Oh, you on about the Vishal one?
Yeah, I mean, that's the one that seemed like the only one that wasn't on the board already.
Yeah, but I think we discussed that wasn't really a goal or one.
No, I tried to explain why the structure of your goal was terrible. Because there was no good qualifiers in there. And it makes assumptions. But it's not to say you couldn't pursue that. It's just you need to work out a way to pursue it. So you feel free to tell everybody your idea.
I want to find out if Magna is keeping Vishal alive and not letting him die.
Can you see why I thought the structure of that was a bit off?
I can't remember what I worded it as.
No,
would
no,
it be
just
more along the line of investigate magics, necromantic magics? Because I mean, you killed him and he popped back up like a fucking daisy, so that would count as.
No, he's got an answer for that.
necromancy.
Scott's happy
Oh?
with the answer for that. Yeah,
So-
that's been resolved. Scott's got that. Crumbar has that in the bag. I should say, not Scott. Crumbar has that in the bag. But what is I think like realistically,
Is Vishal cursed?
I was gonna say realistically, the goal is essentially like check in on Vishal realistically, right? To gauge what has happened, if anything, to him, because you don't know. You just don't know. Everything is an assumption, going off the words of or the implications of other people.
Yeah. Well,
So that's why it's a bad goal.
The whole thing is, as well, is I'm going to bring up the whole Vishal thing to Magna because obviously Vishal's the one that's opening up the hellhole. Or he's definitely got a hand in opening up the hellholes all over the gaff.
Oh,
I mean,
You know?
you've actually witnessed Vishal open hellholes,
Yeah.
so there's that. Yeah.
Because he is a gigantic penis sword.
Remember that time you thought he was your lawyer?
Yeah.
I remember that time.
that was
I'm
so good.
still not over that, Ryan. And trust me, many dealings of.
Many hugs will come from this. I appreciate that. Thank
We should
you.
just go kill him. I think we could do it now. I think we could kill Michelle. Straight up.
Again?
Are you going to go?
Right,
Straight up.
I can.
Welcome to the next 10 sessions. We're going to keep doing this until it sticks.
Oh.
Uh,
Who's keeping
like
track?
whack-a-mole.
That's 17 times.
Right, okay,
Surely
right.
Maybe it's a round number that we need.
release his
Ask
soul.
yourself- Don't ask yourself, could you kill Vishal? Ask yourself, could you kill Vishal and Crumbar?
It's not even that. It's how many, because you know
No.
Vishal will kill Crumbar for you guys. So it's how many times can you kill Vishal? Not can you, but how many times.
Mm.
And maybe it's a prime number, right? Who knows?
Could be. It might have to be a Fibonacci prime.
Oh,
like
God.
you never know.
Optimus Prime?
Yeah, it could be an Optimus Prime number. You're right.
Optimus
Um,
Optimus Prime, rolling
oh,
about and fighting crime.
So that's the goals, right, folks? That's the goals.
Easy,
Yep, I know this is totally it. Also, Tom in chat, hello. But also, we don't really have a definitive on the spelling, so I'm not going to put it in Roll20. Even if it isn't really doxing somebody, no. But needless to say, it looks more like Aaliyah.
Yeah, she definitely said it Isla, and I was like, oh, interesting.
I can see why though, because like the way you've typed it in is like
Yes.
I la, literally like
Yeah.
yeah, I la.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that. But I don't hate it.
Mm.
I definitely
No,
don't.
but it doesn't. It's
You would
maybe
not
a
pronounce
different
that Isla
origin.
though. You wouldn't say
No.
Isla.
Absolutely,
I
it's
kinda
going to be
wish she-
mispronounced in a different way.
I kind of wish she'd introduced herself as Isla. That'd be funnier. But spelt it that way.
That would have been great.
That'd have
I'd have
been
been like, that's
peak.
a huge coincidence. Can I tell you about my Dungeons and Dragons game?
Because my GM played a Jurassic Park game, they pronounced it wrong. Such a random link. But anyway, that's gold, and here we are in the game. So, where did we end the last game?
Leaving the meeting.
I think we were walking out.
Yep, he's left the meeting and went back to Maratus's gaff.
Yes,
Right.
probably, because the
Mhm,
meeting
we
was in the
did.
evening, so it's probably
Yeah.
ticking over time-wise.
Yeah, so we're all at Maratus's gaff. What the what? What's happening? What's happening?
What the what
Yeah.
the what and the hey?
Yay!
We're home. I will turn to look at Crumbar. Just
I
a little bit judgy.
I would probably jump in before that. The whole 5'2" of me.
Crumbar's just looking exhausted right now. It's been a long day because he's not been able to hit things.
Oh, bless. But also, Crumbar, did nothing Marata said this morning sink in? And I'm gonna like grab you and like bring you down to eye level.
Isla level, I think that's pronounced.
Yeah. Indeed.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of like staring at you, and I'll be like, I didn't hit anyone. It was a good council.
Gold Star, do you really think, one, throwing your hand out and then not introducing me and not letting me speak myself was incredibly rude? If you're going to throw us into this, you have to let us speak for ourselves. And two, revealing that we have one of the items that we're pretty sure Magna has the rest of in front of him, the one he doesn't have, and now he knows we have it.
I was just kind of like, rub my chin in that, and I'm like, like, I can only apologize for the start. I don't fully understand the etiquette of these fancy councils. I'm more used to more violent ones. And as far as Magna goes, us and us having the rod, if he'd probably, someone as powerful as him will probably already know that we have it. But
Even so,
again, it was me trying to show power, and that maybe we would get a bit more respect from these people.
I think waving a stick around isn't exactly going to help with that. But if you have these ideas, maybe run them past us. Instead of throwing us out there without warning. Can you not think of a reason I would not want to have been thrown into the middle of that? And I kind of give you a really like, yeah, we understand why I did not want to be like out in the open in that room.
I'll be on that then. I'll just like, if you don't wish to be targeted, or no, if you feel that you might get targeted, and I'll just extend out my hand. It's like, I do not mind holding onto the rod.
Well, I hope you've grown electricity powers. Thump the box into his hand. Storm off to the other side of the room to stew.
I like the visuals of Storm Off as well, it's good.
It's definitely.
You can actually hear like static because our hair's just going.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because I can't even open it.
Yeah.
Nope.
What was
Yeah,
it?
enjoy that.
You open that, that's going to be like putting a fork in a fucking outlet.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah, I think he tried it before.
yeah, I've just literally added it to my inventory as box of pa. I think
Box of do not open.
Oh.
A box of pa, that'll do.
It's also got the platinum in it, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
So it's
Yeah,
the
it
box
does.
of Platinum.
Alright, bitches!
Yeah, you can't open it, so enjoy that.
I'm
Like,
sure someone.
All of
I've
Crombar's
just-
trades will be, I could pay you, or you could have the mystery box.
Of regret.
Box.
What's in the box?
Oh dear. Also, regret's a bad word there, Natalie, so it's not the
Mhm.
box of regret. That is probably a thing somewhere.
Mm.
So yeah.
I want at least two. Maratis is just standing with his arms crossed and he looks to the rest of the group. Before I take him upstairs, would anyone else like to perhaps say something?
Interesting.
Probably that went much better than I thought it would. That's saying something.
Mhm.
Serene?
Might
No, not really. I'm sorry I didn't have much to say in the meeting. I'm not sure how I could have helped.
With there, dear. That is a lot. Bastiel?
I'll say, do you know much about the wards?
I know what they do and the basis of that, but if you want someone who knows more, I can probably get you in contact with someone. If you're looking for specifics.
No. I just want you to know that they will do nothing for us. And what happened in there is the same as nothing at all happening. We will have to work twice as hard, but they are deluded, and we are alone.
The fact that even Magna said he could only try to hold them towards is enough to warrant worry in me.
Right. Alright, can you roll an Arcana check for me just now? Dun dun dun! Bit of drama. Hey! So, you know the reason why he said try, and this is mostly to iterate some of the stuff that came up in the meeting, right?
Mhm.
Given the refocusing of some people's studies on the Abyss, it warps magic as well as everything else. So anything that goes to it isn't guaranteed to stay working. Strong magic does work as intended, roughly, with a wee asterisk leading to a further bit down the document. But like, you know, ultimately, like the main thing that people noticed was like teleportation immediately stopped working. It didn't even get like warped or anything. It just stopped.
Right.
But the early party, being Arya, Crombar, and the gang, Dawn's Golden Reach, we had Kitty LaKill, we had Eric Rainwood, we had was that? Or I feel like there was more. They went into the Abyssal Canyon, all the way to the end where all the kind of jank was coming from. They saw the Temple of Janus, the old god of travel. It seems to have sunk into the canyon made by this abyssal warping. Okay, so that temple was there before the ground was ever warped, and then over time it's like it was thought lost because the canyon ripped open, obviously, but the canyon didn't just appear overnight. It was like hundreds of years it took to form.
Slow erosion, effectively.
But like obviously enhanced by like kind of like destructive warping magic nonsense, this weird effect that ruined magic. But very, very, very quickly, when like people, because I think Arya had like a book on like one of the first Guardians of the Forest and stuff like that from way back when in the Golden Order library. There was a thing about abyssal like studies being done by certain people like long ago, when all this kind of started, and like every so often when it would come back up in someone's interest, right, they'd go and study the abyss because it's interesting, right? It's a place where magic doesn't work normally. So that is quite cool. If you're the person that can make a breakthrough there, you're going to be pretty bitching. So that's like long before like Magnus Day. So getting there, learning that, that's been a thing that's been a problem. The fact that teleporting stopped working instantaneously almost sounds like Janus cut off that magic. Like, you know, you cut off a limb to stop it getting gangrenous, for example. So that's an interesting thing. That's again a very strong theory in Omen. But again, nobody knows. Right, nobody knows. He's the god travel, and that's his jam to do what the fuck he wants anyway.
He decides who gets to use this shit that he has basically designed in the universe.
Yeah, so it's almost as if he's trying to like keep his stuff precious, even if he's like not willing to move house.
Can I see your boarding pass? No? Okay, you can't do that then.
Yeah. So how topical. So he's that's definitely the theories there. Beyond that, the idea that Magna would be like, I can't guarantee this is going to work, makes perfect sense to Maras, because all the studies show that, oh, this would be great if it was anywhere else we were trying this, because it would work exactly as it's written here. If we take it to the abyss, who knows, you know, what might happen. Like, the wild magic table isn't wild enough, let's put it that way. So, yeah.
It is pure chaos. Energy.
The thing is,
could potentially flow.
Yeah, and it can be, or it might just work as intended, in which case all the precautions you take might be overkill, and thus not give you the intended effect anyway, right? You think, we'll get there because every spell has been dampened by 50%, so we'll amp the power up, you know? And then it just works as normal, so then you've got a double powered spell that blows a hole in the universe, right? Like, yeah, it's bad. The Abyss doesn't play by the rules.
No.
So that's bad. It's also like it's had like a warping in nature, as the gang have experienced with like kind of like strangely twisted animals and just like, you know, non-conducive to living areas of forests and such that they've traversed through. So that is a bit more kind of to expound on why somebody like Magna, who is clearly well learned and powerful, in a city full of well learned and powerful people, is like, I'll try. Right? It's not so much he's useless, it's more just this is the thing we're up against. So that's just, and I just wanted to gauge like how much you'd have been in the know. And I think everything I've said.
When Magna was capable to basically take this place himself and do Omen and do all the things that he's done, for him to say I can try, it's a bit like.
And remember, Omen wasn't the capital before. Remember that he made Omen his capital city.
Exactly. So.
Yeah.
When the strongest guy in the board says all I can do is try, that sets a kind of bar that everyone needs to try and get to.
There you go.
That's kind of scary.
Yeah, but I was just to give you a bit more background for everybody there, because again, this is stuff that Maratus would know through the studies. Arya and Crumber learned it from the Golden Orderist like library time that they did about the abyssal warping stuff, and at any point could have told the rest of you, or might still. Who knows? But that's out there. So,
and then on the back of what she says, or what he said, I'll say, even I am alone here. And, you know, trying to squeeze out like the empty toothpaste tube a mote of Celeste's magic. Probably nothing happens, right?
I don't know, roll religion.
Okay. Religion, where are you?
And what are you trying to do?
Let's I just want to demonstrate something, but maybe I may as well cast something useful. Let's cast True Seeing myself.
Okay. Yep. Nothing happens.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Right. So
it's not so much your phone calls being dinged; it's more just you don't have credit to make the call.
You don't even have a phone.
No, you got a phone. You got a phone. You just no credit.
What to charge it?
Yep.
So, but I don't intend to let things stay that way. Could you direct me to whoever researches the Phoenix in this place? Curiosity eats away at me.
So, Maratus, the answer to that is literally anybody that's here has probably researched the Phoenix at some point.
Would I know anyone that has who's almost like unhealthily maybe obsessed with it?
100% yes. Of course you do. Let's see.
Is his name Rosera?
No, weirdly, like he's not like.
No, his is enchanting. He
Yeah.
likes smoke.
Yeah,
Like,
he likes making things float.
Yeah, like putting magic into something that wasn't magic is his jam.
It
Loves
is
that.
his jam.
Like,
So I'm trying to think of
hence the
somebody with an
pancakes with cool
unhealthy.
things inside it, right?
Ye-
See, pancakes. Right. Let's see.
Magic
Let's make a person, and we'll see exactly who this person is.
Okay.
What we're gonna
I know.
do is we're gonna roll a d12, first. So if you could do that for me.
Mum.
Yeah. That's 7.
7.
Right. Let me have a wee look. Let's see what they are.
I'm sorry, Bastiel.
Oh no, do a D100. That's better. That's more exciting.
Bastiel, do a D100.
Oh, okay.
This is the person you're gonna meet.
Divine intervention.
Okay.
Damn it.
40.
Oh man, that's interesting. Right, give me a wee second. I'll just take my notes. Right. Right. So that's step 1. Can you roll me a D3 next, Bastiel? You may as well just do the rolls if you want, unless people want to share them out.
The D3, yes. Someone's got one of those at our guild.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's fine. I did non-binary male-female for that roll, by the way, in case people were wondering what my logic was. And then what I need next is see if I can get them a funky fresh name. It doesn't need to be funky fresh. Now I'm now finally going to go away from the browser that's the Hydra name generator, just so you know.
Shame.
Although that's a great name that was on the generator when I refreshed it there, so I'm going to just take that first and then go check out the other ones based on the race that we rolled. So we're going to go look at that. Where are they? Where do they live? They live here. Whoop. Oh wow.
Oh no.
I feel like I've used some of these names before. We're making a person.
A person who's unhealthily obsessed with the Phoenix.
Oh, that's an amazing name. We're going for all of this because all of this is amazing. Can I pronounce it? That'll be an interesting second stage.
I believe.
Okay. Okay. Now we need a nonsense title, right? So not Lord. That's been overused. Okay. But it is a male title.
Ashen one.
So, by that I don't mean like honorific in that way. Like, yeah, maybe
Marquis, whatever that pronunciation
Oh,
is. The Marquis of...
Marquis de Sade.
yeah, I think is it
Yeah,
like because
sure.
I've heard people say Marquis as well. It feels like that's the most wrongest pronunciation.
I just think one of them's the actual pronunciation and one of them's the French resistance in the war, and I don't know which one's which.
Marquis,
Duke.
Marquis de France.
Marquis.
Marquis is what I would say is Marquis.
What's a marquee? I thought that was a shop.
So a Maquis, Maquis, I think is the spelling. I
Yeah,
think it's
something like that.
I think my headcanon is it's like Marquis.
Yeah, I think that, like a marquee at a wedding. Yeah, that's
Yes.
what I think too.
But
Marquis.
yeah, Maquis.
Yeah, it's like a title. You're like not as good as an L, but
What count?
Yeah, Count's good, right? We'll go with Count.
Count's
Right?
pretty good.
Baron.
I don't have-
Baron's the best.
I do like Baron, but Baron's where my brain went first, and I thought, no, I'll put it to the class. I think Count. I'm happy with Count.
Ivar.
We're not going for Maquis because none of us know how to say it. So,
Yeah, that's
it'd be funny if every day in Omen didn't know how to say it, and that's a point of contention for this person. I think I might add an extra letter in there because that's what it needs. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to delete this. I'll take a wee note of this first.
An extra letter fixes everything.
Yep. Right, so you're going to take them to see this person. Wabam!
Oh my god.
Chantravaklin Kruag Dakar.
Oh, it's Rava Kalin, my dear.
Ravakelin.
Rava Kalin Kruga Dakath. It's such a good
I'll just say Count Dakath. I'll be like, there you go, easy.
I like that.
No, I'll give a full name.
It's good, isn't
So
it?
right. Yes, that is a good name. Okay, so I will look to Bastiel. It is late in the night. We will do such things tomorrow, but I will send a message to a enthusiastic researcher. I'll introduce you tomorrow.
Oh, fantastic. So friendship is magic. Turn around and go and find somewhere to sleep.
I will return downstairs if any of you need me to send messages to others with other expertise outside the Phoenix. But first, Crumba, you follow me to the study, please. I just start walking upstairs.
Yeah, I'll just look upstairs and just be like, oh, this, that kind of like, this is gonna go one of two ways.
As you are like at the bottom of the stairs, you hear the clack clack just start. Also, welcome, Dom. Welcome. Saw you speaking
Hey.
chat there. Yo yo yo.
Sliding on in.
Also, Marquis. Is that how you would say it? Marquis. Because I'm still
also
reading that
sounds
last
weird.
part, which, yeah, because I still think that last part looks like key.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna Google.
It's so dumb, isn't it? Stupid Marquises. So yeah, you hear the clack 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 from down the stairs, up the top of the stairs, sorry, and Lunaria is kind of just gliding down the first couple of steps, and she goes, "No, I don't care who you sleep with, dear, but not in the house." And she just shoos you off the stairs.
We need to speak.
Then do it in the garden. It is a beautiful night.
I need privacy, and I can't count on it downstairs.
She stops there and she just like taps her nails on the banister, and she just looks at you and she says, "Then use the greenhouse."
Can you tell why I'm not allowed in my own study?
You can go upstairs if you wish.
And my guest?
Will remain downstairs as I asked your guests to.
This guest has already been in my study.
She like twitches. And like her nails lift off of her palm still on the banister. And then almost like you can visibly see a countdown from 5 appear. She then just exhales and says, "Maratis, if you wish to go to your room, you can remain there for the rest of the evening, as far as I'm concerned. But your guest, if they wish to remain a guest, will use the greenhouse for a private conversation, or nothing at all." And then, she relaxes her shoulders a little.
I'm just gonna staring at her for.
She just,
I'm gonna.
she just again, icy stare back at both of you.
Rumbar just kind of steps forward and
On the stairs?
enough that I can place a hand on Maratis.
Mm.
Maratis isn't on the stairs yet.
These were both on the first step, say.
Yeah. So I'll just place a hand on Maratis' shoulder, and it's like, if you were if you could see aura, you definitely notice that pushing up. But I'd just be like, what's her name again? Luna?
Lunaria.
Lunaria.
Lady Lunaria Spinel. Yes.
It is lady.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just kind of nod, bow my head and just be like, "My lady, I do not wish to disturb your household And I would turn to Marathis and go like, maybe we should adjourn to the greenhouse. I would not want to. I do not wish to displease your mother.
Oh, she's already displeased with the failure that I am in the making of. And I just turn and walk away. Towards the
Yeah.
greenhouse.
She doesn't move. Like she's just like there in her like weird like almost icy statue pose that she's got going on.
Crumbar just kind of like give her a kind of look of it's like you should treat them better.
How you
And
give
then-
you give what Lunaria that look?
Yeah, that's the kind of like
Oh,
yeah, just that kind of like this.
I'm gonna roll an insight check for her.
hmm
Yep. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Does she want to go to jail today?
Does she want to clean bloodstains out of the carpet?
You know what?
She's not amazing
Marble,
at
darling,
it.
don't worry.
She's not amazing at it, but she'll roll. Okay, she got a 19.
Should I do
Oh.
intimidation?
I mean, nah, it's not really that kind of roll. It's more just can she gauge like what you're doing. Let's see. Where are we? Yeah, I'll show this. Like this was her roll that she got. So again, yeah, just give you a look, and then as you're staring at her, she goes, "You can wait. Right there."
Is that to me?
Yeah, you have locked eyes. You have locked eye contact with each other. Yeah, when you give her that look.
Like Marathis is waiting for me.
Marathis can wait for you. Or do you wish to leave my home?
Or what? Sorry.
Or do you wish to leave my home?
2 seconds, right? I'm going to put my headphones on just because folk are talking downstairs. I can't.
I'll tell them to talk. Kick them out of their house. Okay?
Do that.
Also, don't do that, folks. Respect people you live with. That's the message here.
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay. Right, I can actually hear you a lot more. Right. Yeah. So, yeah. So, or do you wish to leave my home? Is what you last
Yes.
said.
Mhm.
So Crumbar just kind of lean one elbow onto the banister. Then.
Okay.
Just again keeping this eye contact.
And then, like, Marathis, I assume you carried on, like, you just kind of stormed away into the garden.
Notice that he's not following me, and I'm like, for fuck's sake. I'm just like,
Yeah.
Crumba!
You probably did hear, like, Lunaria say that, because she wasn't exactly subtle, so that's...
Oh, right,
Our
okay.
voice probably did carry, but...
Oh, I'll go
yeah.
back. I'll go back.
So, as you're heading back, she'll then say to Crumbar, and saying, "You can come with me now. Let us speak in private, shall we?" And she clacks her way back up the stairs.
To me or to Crumbar?
To Crumbar only. Like, she hasn't, like, I'm assuming you're way under and through, like, halfway towards the greenhouse, and then you heard her and you start back. By that point, she's already, like, told Crumbar, "This way, now."
I'm going to proceed to try and follow.
So, Crumbar, you following her? I don't know what that was. I was just...
I am going.
I will highlight you have nowhere else to stay.
Yeah.
That's
no,
all. That's all I'm gonna say.
just-
It's not that big a a downfall, right? It's not that big a
What I
problem, but yeah.
What I'm going to do is if
I just need a
Marathis-
yes or a no.
Oh yeah. But before going up, never mind. It requires attunement. Yeah,
Wonder-
I was gonna take off my cloak, at Elvenkind and leave it there for Marathis to happen to pick
Oh,
up.
I don't think Marathis would wear that cloak. That cloak, sorry.
Oh.
Probably not.
Oh, yeah, no.
Can I just
Sorry,
say-
I'm trying to give you bonus step.
Isla, yep.
I know.
Yeah, at this point, I feel Isla, Serene, and Arya, and maybe Bastiel's made the popcorn, and we're just like
just
seeing
only
the
the,
Yeah,
popcorn.
standing there
on the edge of the
watching.
door frame,
Yeah,
like
you know, like when you go to a friend's and then their parent tells them off for something in front of you, and you're like, oh, Oh,
Yep.
other people have drama too.
Did you mean when you take a friend home so your parents don't shout at you, but they shout at you anyway? Because that's what I heard.
Oh.
When
Yeah.
your when your parent like shouts at your sister rather than you, and you're just like,
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to try and proceed to follow them.
Like 400 quid.
Yeah.
I paid like 400 quid last time I went home to take my boyfriend along, just so that my mum wouldn't, you know, do drama.
Checkmate.
That was wasted money.
Oh
Oh,
This is, I love that because it's like a universal kid thing, I think, and I love it because I don't know if MD really goes like, oh, that like deep mood. But anyway, so the game. So Crumbar, you're gonna follow.
I shall. Yeah, I'll look to Marathis and just kind of like mouth like sorry, and head on upstairs.
And I'm following behind.
Okay, so get upstairs. An area standing, like two kind of open doors that lead into like a big kind of almost, like, I guess it looks like a ballroom. And she points inside Crumbar.
What door's she pointing at? Sorry.
And she's pointing in towards two big double doors that lead into like a big ballroom.
Oh right. Okay. Sorry, I thought you said she's at two open. Right. Okay.
She is at two open doors.
Yeah,
And inside
right, yeah,
there's
but
a
I thought-
ballroom.
Yeah.
Not a ball
Yeah.
pit, a ballroom.
Right. Yeah.
She's not that
I'll,
cool.
I'll walk on in and be like,
Yep, and then she,
Yeah.
as you walk in, she'll close the doors behind you and her. Probably on Marathis, so that the point's made, especially if you did follow him upstairs, Marathis.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I am now just seething at the door.
And you just hear the
Uh,
click of the door.
2 seconds, Ryan. So to me, right, what it is like
You've walked
there's
in a
hall.
big doorway. Which
You're
is
in a
big,
you're in a ballroom now, locked in with my mother.
Yeah, and the 2 double doors were there.
I mean, not really, but sure. It's a very big room, like a massive,
Right, okay.
massive function room. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Um,
Yeah.
Yep, massive. It's a big, fancy, but mostly empty room. And in the center is like a raised up platform, like a kind of circular platform. So, she says, "Look at this, us, speaking in private, so civilly." And then she walks past you and you hear the clack clack of her heels on the marble floor. She walks all the way to the center. And then she stands and then just like half turns and looks back at you.
I'll be like,
Oh, you'd need to shout if you were going to speak to her now. She's far away. This is a big room.
I mean, if we're in a ballroom, I'll like walk forward and just kind of project. It's like, do you wish to dance?
She laughs and she says, "This is already a dance. A trying one at that." So as you get closer, she points to what is a trashed piano.
Do we know what? Why do I feel like this has came up before?
It's because it was in a scene that you weren't in.
Yeah, what was the scene?
Doesn't
for-
matter.
trying to-
You just need to react to the one you're in now.
Yeah, sure. Probably a good thing I don't remember. Yeah, I'll just kind of be like, huh. What happened to the piano then?
The same thing that's likely to happen to you when he gets bored of you. Just stands there like clasping her hands kind of behind her. Or dress.
Can I roll insight to see if I know who the he that?
Who do you think it is? Like,
It's either Marathis or Magna.
okay, yeah, roll insight.
No.
Yeah, it's Marathis. Maybe you can see like, I don't know, like massive claw
Big old
marks.
claw
yeah.
marks.
Yeah. I'll just like kind of not laugh like funny.
No, because the visual here is this person that looks like, you know, a dainty pampered noble with a big weird hand has clearly just like fucking destroyed a massive instrument with their clawed hand.
Mhm.
Right? That's the vibe here. There isn't
Oh,
really
yeah.
there isn't like a comedic effect here unless Crombar is slightly dehinged.
Oh yeah,
It's
no,
more
that's
like
what I'm
a,
saying, like,
oh, here is a threat level I was unaware of before. Crumbar's Constitution versus a piano is slightly better, right? But
yeah,
still,
right. I could,
We
I
would
could
hope.
I could out AC a piano.
easy. D&D questions, you got love them.
Fucking yeah, no, but you know that kind of way I'll be like, I best keep them entertained then.
She like raises an eyebrow at you and she says, "This was my piano." Do you need a moment there, Scott? There seems to be a lot of background noise.
No, it's just Fokker.
That's okay. As long as you're here, that's good. As long as you're still with us,
Yeah,
that's good.
no, I'm still here.
Yeah. So
I
she
will
says,
just say,
"This was my piano, and because of a change in his mood, something didn't go as he desired it to, and this was the result. You may think yourself more useful, and she kind of like pauses and thinks of a word to kind of not insult you. Goes, harder than this, but this was precious to me, and I am sure your companions are precious to you."
I'll just kind of look back at the piano and look back at
Linaria.
Lunaria. I keep wanting to call her Linestra for some reason.
Linestra! She's just all
Monster
my heat.
Hunter.
Bastard
Yeah.
monster, yeah.
Yeah, so look back at her and just be like, I too know how precious instruments can be. You know,
Your instrument
think
goes
back.
toot toot.
Yeah, think back to pan flute.
Yep.
Sorry.
It's okay if it's really well timed. Also, this is clear. Like I just saw this. I was trying to look for a Lunastra gift there, but I found this, and I just feel like it was hard just fucking owning the scene.
I mean, sure. Yeah. So,
I'm putting it away though because it's actually quite distracting.
and I'll just look at her and just be like, I appreciate your concern for my party.
She laughs.
But
She just laughs at that and she goes, "You mistake me." And she kind of like she pauses as if waiting to kind of like work out how to address you. She goes, "Mr. Dennebick?" Raises an eyebrow.
I'm like, crumb bars. Fine.
She nods and goes, "Forgive me, my concern remains solely with my child. I'm sure you're all lovely people."
I intend to bring them no harm if that's what you.
She laughs at that as well. And she goes, "You are definitely a paladin through and through. I can tell that much from my interactions with you. But, no, you mistake me. Moratis is prone to outbursts. It would be unhealthy for Moratis to be disappointed by this." And then she looks at you, up and down. "New venture."
I just give me a reset.
Yep.
Um,
Remember, you
Yeah,
got a
I'll
whole
just-
party here as well, remember, if need be. Don't feel
Yeah,
like it's
no.
all on you.
no, I'll just say back there. I'll be like, you say paladin through and through. Underneath the paladin's still an orc. I know all about outbursts. It's what I was raised on.
Okay.
But
She
I
narrows her
would
eyes
take
at that
your
as if like studying
Oh.
you, right? Like when you say that, she does narrow her eyes as if like studying you as if seeing the orc for the first time.
Yeah. And I'll just say it's like, I do appreciate the warning, and I will make sure that this quest is worthy.
She kind of just again like as if still like taking you in, and she says, "I'm sure whatever it is you are called to action for is worthy of someone. I would just make sure you're not unworthy of my son."
And I like, that way I'm just like obviously thinking about oath current oaths and stuff. And it'll be like, when this is over, our names will be remembered. I think that's worthy enough for all.
She looks at it and she goes, assuming the stakes are as high as my son has led me to believe, then it will be short of miraculous if there are people left to remember. You have a lot of work ahead of you, Paladin. Stop wasting time in my home. I get back downstairs.
Yeah. On that, I will. You'll just see me like crack my knuckles out in front, and they'll be like, "Ma'am," bow, and just turn around and walk out. And then, like, literally, I was about to just put that gift in, but you've already done it. The way Aragon just, that boom through the double doors.
And then you realise you have to unsnip the door because she locked
And then
it.
it's a
push.
Oh no!
push.
It's a push.
Yep, so I guess like you pull the doors open, you walk out, and I guess Maritas, were you pacing up and down, or are you like just standing?
I'm standing leaning against the wall at the other side of the door, looking into it. Are you quite done?
Looking at Marathis, I'll be like, "Oh, we're done. Your mother was and I'll like glare at her hand and just be like,
Yep.
Sorry, glare at his hand and just be like, your mother was just showing me. Glare at hand and just be like, your musical talents.
I kind of tilt to the side so I can look past Crumbar to my mum, and just kind of look at her as if really.
So she's still with her back to the door, like way in the room. So she hasn't really moved. She's still staring at her piano. So she has that weird, oil painting vibe going on.
And I just like try and catch eye contact with Marathis and be like, just like, you have nothing to worry about. I respect you, and I will still welcome.
Go down to the greenhouse.
And I'll just kind of nod my head and be like, as you wish. And I'll just. Sorry, are you taking me there? Or
I'm taking you down to
Sorry,
the
I thought you were telling me to go there. Sorry.
No, I am basically just like, let's move, mosey time.
Yeah.
And as I get to the bottom of the stairs, and you are all probably like standing at the bottom of the stairs, like heads tilted so you can try and hear.
The sat down at this point.
Is set for dinner. Please help yourselves. And I'll just take Crumbar to the greenhouse. As far back into it to try and keep it quiet.
I'm so tempted to.
Do what you want. Do it. Go for it.
The more
once,
the better.
2 seconds, guys. So Serene, share with the class. Come on, feel free.
I just want to be really sneaky and like follow them. Sneakily and try and listen in.
100%. Feel free to roll stealth.
Yeah, what I was going to do. Should I do it? No, we're about to sleep. It's fine.
Yep.
I'm going to cast Pass Without a Trace.
Yes.
First.
Okay.
So, and anyone around me that also wants to join, please go ahead. Yeah, and then I'll have a sneaky sneak.
Okay.
So plus 10 stealth. Okay. There's my stealth.
Nice. So nobody's passive's a 28, so that's fine.
Oh, that's a big number. Is anyone else joining?
Is it just me?
No.
No.
It seems all sneaky. She's so sneaky we probably haven't noticed her leave.
Yeah. She's so sneaky. Because the best thing
We're
is,
still talking to her.
Even with the 18, they're like everything's passive, so they're like 17 is the maximum, right? Or have they gone up now? I think 17 is the cap right at the moment, because I think 3 of you have that.
Passive is 10.
No, but there's
Yeah.
3 people, I'm sure, with passives that are high.
Yeah,
Yes.
mine was 17, it's 18 now. But yeah.
Right, nice. So yeah, like even like that, you're like, it's. Oh, you're very quiet there, Arya. What was that?
Mine's pretty ridiculous as well.
Nice, nice, nice.
I
'Cause
think
I'm sure it's.
what was it?
is it-
17.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's
No,
you,
I don't know this.
Bastiel,
I
and
don't
Serene.
know.
Yep. Especially since it's a 28 that we're working from. Nobody has that. I knew that much. I'd be very shocked if somebody had more than. So yep, Serene, you can like surreptitiously sneak to because the library leads into the greenhouse. So yeah, you can be kind of like hidden in the library at the open doors into the greenhouse.
Mhm.
While they are doing that, people in the dining room, which would be Arya, Bastiel, and Isla, what are you up to?
I want to prod. Wait, yeah. So I would look around to go and say something to Serene. He won't be there,
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah.
and then I'm gonna focus on Aya. I'll weigh it up in my head. She doesn't like it when I say she can talk to plants and shit like that, and just do the thing. But do I care? So I'm just gonna say, Aya, what would it take to talk to the High Druid from this place?
I don't know. I don't think that would be quite possible. See, I rather struggle to access my powers from here. I really don't like this place. Nothing here is natural, even these. And I kind of like points into the direction of the greenhouse or the flower, or just if there was any flower around the place, then
Yeah,
I'd
there's
just be
probably like
like,
planted like kind of big, huge, ridiculous, stupid vase things with flowers pouring out of them and stuff. Yeah, the house is well
yeah.
decorated.
I figured you might at least have like a nice vase on
Yeah.
the table or something. So that's kind of what I'm imagining. And I say there's quite a lot of wrong things with them, and that they're not pulling power. They're not pulling their energy or their life from the High Druid. So I don't think I even could contact them from here. I'm very eager to be out of here, to be honest. I
Hmm.
don't like it here.
When
Well,
she
the
says
water.
that,
Isla?
Huh? What was that?
I have to say, when she says that, have I noticed anything with my magic?
You haven't really done anything magical really to notice, right? Like,
I cast message.
Mage hand. Mage
yeah.
hand as well.
Yeah, I've
She
done
also
bits
did
and pieces.
counterspell. She did counterspell.
Yeah,
But yeah,
Okay,
all that,
I've done
but
bits
all
and
that
pieces.
worked the way you've seen it work, though, right? So,
yeah,
like, with
yeah.
Your
Gaia-
So that's why I was
stuff,
like, I
so
don't
we'll
think
be in
I'd have noticed until someone said that other people have been like, my magic's not working.
No, yours, like, you haven't noticed anything off with yours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just noting that down. I'm just like, ooh,
Yep, yep.
well, that's interesting. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah. So then I'll say, well, it can't all be fake. Surely the water is natural. Why don't we try the docks?
You mean the magic water that we and the boats?
You
I
think
love
they
them
made
'cause
it?
I think I agree with Arya. I don't think anything here is particularly natural.
An entire sea.
Well, isn't that the legend? Agna controlled the seas.
I don't think he made them. And Bastiel leans back in his chair like, if it was true that he made them, then the gravity of the situation is entirely being rewritten in his mind.
Mhm.
Like, oh fuck.
Yeah, like mind-blowing levels of, well, that changes the game a bit.
Yeah.
It's not just an NPC, he's a coder. Okay, I get it.
How long of a walk would it be, Coda? I have no clue. Yeah.
What, from here to the docks? It's a train ride.
There are trains everywhere,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Train.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably like, I don't know, half an hour on train? Maybe less? Yeah. But let's say about half an hour, give or take, yeah.
Would they be running through the night?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Sure. Fine, I'm going to go try then.
Oh,
Yeah, sure.
This cannot be, Isla.
oh. I'm going to look at
Come and
Arya
try
and be
and
like, are we just letting him go off by himself into the city, or are we going with him?
And he's mumbling in the background, he is no god. That's impossible. Impossible.
I
I love
mean,
it.
yeah, and yeah. I feel we should maybe.
Don't quite know this place that well, right?
Yeah, I feel maybe we shouldn't
And
fully split
Murata
up.
said that we should stick with him. So maybe we should talk to him first and then go places.
Oh, I think Bastiel is going. I feel like Bastiel's like started to leave the room.
Preposterous.
Mm.
Laughing to himself in the background as he's trying to open the door.
Bastiel,
Yeah, yes.
why don't we go in the morning? Because then I think we all have things we'd maybe like to do here still. So I don't think we're rushing out of here, as odd as this place is.
Well, I imagine, and I roll up my fake sleeves, I imagine such an investigation would be potentially rather tasking on our reserves. Maybe we want those for the morning. I have some to spare.
You hear a voice behind you, Bastiel. Planning a trip, are we?
Oh, buying.
And then you hear, obviously, Lenaria as she walks into the kind of dining room, just like very politely clasps her hands in front of her as if, like, a host, and then looks at everyone. Says, "If you would like to be escorted through the city at night, I do often prefer my walks to be at night."
Oh, majestic.
Oh no.
I love that even more. We're just gonna like piss off into the city with your mom.
It'd be an honour.
Okay, so Bastiel's at least got company. Isla?
I'm gonna look at Arya again and be like, and
Also, Serene, you can hear this because like you're in between these two rooms, so you could definitely hear everything.
You're
they're
listening to
speaking about.
everything,
Yeah.
like, oh, just twisting my head each time.
I cry out across the room, do it for the druid.
oh well, I suppose yes, it could be nice to see the city at night.
I think Lenaria will say it is the best way to see the city, if you ask me.
Oh,
She,
I like nod, like yeah, sure,
I mean,
I'm going
given
along
her
with
name,
it.
She
why
like-
am I not surprised she likes nighttime? But okay.
Yep. She blinks her very distinctive eyes. Yes. It's great in RP because you can say that and it
One
looks
of us
different
goes,
every
the
day.
others should as well, that's for sure.
What was that?
If one of us goes, everybody should go, really, is what she was basically saying. Yeah.
Oh, right.
That's
Yes.
the teamwork and dreamwork,
Mhm.
Yeah.
More like Arya feels the need to keep an eye on everybody.
Yeah, because leaving Crumbar Moratis
I mean, who
alone would
knows
be
what
great.
we might find pubs with alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
things to attack.
I like
Little
it.
things.
I feel Isla and
Arya
Bastiel are
feels
the
need to
most
be there.
trustworthy. No.
Yeah.
You want to find things to attack.
But I mean, it's not Crumbar going out. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel we're mature adults who aren't going to fuck the city up. What's everybody worried about?
Mm-hmm. And you'd be escorted by a lady of the city, if nothing else. I mean, that's got to be something, right? So she hooks Bastiel's arm, I guess, and then she goes to turn dead to the door. Serene, now you need to make a decision.
Oh,
Are you gonna go tag along with this cool nighttime excursion,
that seems so fun too.
or are you gonna stay and listen to Moratis and Crumbar?
I need to. I'll just kind of see if I can
Now
give
it's the paralysis.
Bastiel a nod to say, please send me a message of where you're going. so I can come find you.
But he can't
But I
see
don't-
you.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can't see me. He can't like.
You're
if
all
he
the
can,
28.
whether
He
he
doesn't
like
know where the
gets.
fuck you
Yeah.
are.
Sadly, Serene, you're the only one that can hear this, so there's no other like contact with anyone other than you can hear the situation
No.
happening. Yeah, because you rolled
So
so
sad.
well. You're so sneaky.
I'm so sad. I need to be. I'm in my sneaky zone. I've got to still be sneaky. I'm gonna stay.
Cool. Okay,
Yeah.
so you're staying.
Aw.
That's okay. Okay, so I like it. It's good. It works. So Lanaria heads towards the train station with her team. Maratus and Crombar. We cut to you two, and you just hear the slam, like the front two doors click shut. As if, wait, what? And then we go to break.
Oh.
Hey, we're back. So, welcome back to the Keepers of the Golden Gate, session 104. That's 104, folks, for those that don't like numbers being said separately. And it is the 3rd of September, 2021. I don't know why I found that really funny. I'm Ryan, the GM. Here are the players.
Oh, I'm Basti. Fuck. Shit bollocks. I'm Sean, and I've broken into Aria's apartment, my agent's apartment, and I play Bastia, the Warforged cleric.
I'm Scott. I play Crumbar, the piano repairman, or a half-orc paladin. Who knows?
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I play Isla, the tiefling sorcerer.
Hi, I'm Natalie, and I play Maratus, the Dark Elf.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I play Serene the Furbo Granger.
And Arya? Seen you came back in the channel. Get your intro ready yet? You are muted. No.
We can just start singing the Circle Bath again.
That was my
Pretty great.
that was my throat
Oh,
could
no.
take that intro again.
Yeah, some of that.
Your intro, go. Nope, still nothing. Still no Arya. No Arya.
Yeah.
Lasagna.
I would start this again.
Right, we got
Oh,
you.
there she was.
Do your intro now. Go. Intro.
Yes, finally. Hi, I'm Adrian. I play Arya Bluebird, a half-elf druid who has a
Yay.
lot of technical issues.
But you're back. Yay. So anyway, where were we? So
I mean, in game as well, because she can't use her magic.
true that.
True.
Life imitating art, imitating life. So in the greenhouse.
In the greenhouse. I am just standing across from Crumbar, arms crossed, looking at him like.
Wanna brew down?
Maratus kind of reaches to a book that he has kind of nestled on his, kind of almost like under his right arm. And he takes it out and it kind of flicks open. Half of seeming clever is keeping your mouth shut at the right times. And he snaps the book shut and puts it back. Can we tell?
Half of
Half of seeming clever is keeping your mouth shut at the right time.
I'll just look at you and reply. It's like, yeah, I'm still working on the first half.
That was. I mean, why did you put poor Isla in a situation like that? She looked petrified.
Oh, I thought you were on about your mother.
No!
I like that he did that in character though.
I'm assuming you didn't hear what I said to her before.
You definitely didn't.
No.
Well, like I said to her, my apologies. I am not used to this style of counsel. And I apologize to her for putting her in such a situation. I was trying to show that we are a powerful unit as well.
You've also shown that we have a very powerful item that some people might covet, and thusly they will probably be following us, targeting us, and potentially trying to kill us for said item.
And I just kind of grin. It's like, don't make promises you can't keep.
You are beyond a work in progress, aren't you?
Joking aside, I understand what you're saying, but an item this powerful in a place like this, people would already know you've got it.
You're still holding the box, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I guess I'd put it in my bag at some point.
Sure.
Martha's just kind of like his shoulders slump. He just looks absolutely exhausted. He looks kind of done in and upset. He just doesn't look like he's having a good time and kind of.
And I'll just kind of like I'm guessing I'll pick up on this and look. I didn't mean to upset you, but my credibility, I didn't hit anyone, and I really, really wanted to. And I'll spit on the floor. I was gonna fucking what's that guy's name again? And I just go, oh yeah, I'll spit on the floor and just go fucking quick spell.
That might be the first thing we ever agree on.
I'll just look up at her and just like,
There is a smile on Maratus's face.
no,
He is grinning a little bit like, yeah, I get the same vibe.
There's a look of shock on Crumble. It's like, holy shit, we actually agreed on. I'm like, someone that oh fuck, sorry, my mind just went completely blank.
You spat on Lunaria's beautiful floor, and then you had a bro moment with Maratus, who is male.
Yeah. I'll just I'll just be like, someone who's that quick to crawl should not be in a place of power.
That's how they got there, but that is not the point. I have one question to ask you, and depending on how you answer, we'll see what happens next. Did you try your hardest, or your best, rather, in that room?
Just gonna kind of like look at you for a bit and be like, with all you have told me, I did the best that I with all you have told me of this place, I feel I did the best I could with that information.
Don't care about the information. I just want you to answer yes or no. Did you try your best?
Aye, sir.
I promised you a question if you impressed me. This is your question.
Oh, player agency. What we thinking, guys? I've got a few that I could come.
What is your class?
How do
What's with the hand?
How do you
Tell
pronounce
us.
Macwis?
Yeah. What's with
Remember that I
your
did say that
hand?
I will not be quick answering. I will go into the answer. So if you think one might lead into the other,
But
you can
keep in
always
mind
ask.
it has to be something Crumbar can ask, not
Ask about the hand.
What's with the hand?
Your hand. What is?
It's like,
Is that how you
why is
say it?
Why is it so gross and long?
Yeah.
We could ask about.
Oh,
Wow.
Serene's mean side coming out.
We could ask about the
The
hand.
Fae in me.
Yeah, blame it on the Fae. Or the boogie.
I have a condition.
Okay.
I could ask into more about Odyssea.
Okay.
Because I believe I know a way to word it differently now that would get us a better answers.
What the hell is Maratus going to know about that, though?
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, I think ask something about Maratus.
Maratus knows Maratus.
Maratus does know Maratus. Oh, I fucking hope he does. We could ask anything about his mother.
Maybe not a great subject right now.
Probably ask her.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're on a jaunt around the town with us, so.
So, why do your plants talk? Why have you got plants? Oh, speaking of plants, I could ask about what's so important. Why is there only like the white roses in the front garden?
Yeah.
It's
So-
fancy.
So why don't you have a look at the goals page? Remember,
Mm-hmm.
right? So look at the goals that are in the slots and the ones that are in the ideas pile, right? And then think about what Maratus represents, right? And
So
then,
Marathas to me represents a connection to Magna.
right, so does anything in there stand
So
out?
for me,
I'm not saying this like there is
acquiring-
actually an answer, by the way, I'm just suggesting it's a good place to look for inspiration.
acquiring the Black Fang spear, maybe Marathas knows something about Eremos.
No,
Wouldn't they have brought it up
I
by
don't
now
think so.
if they did? Because remember that whole
Yeah.
problem about not sharing information that's important to each other?
Marathas knows about as much as we know because Marathas is a character, so we're not going to have like that kind of.
Yeah, like, imagine Celeste got that lucky. She's like, oh, you know everything I need! Fuck the rest of the party!
Yeah.
Like, there isn't a terrible
Um,
metagamey reason to not ask that. Yeah.
What was the Theorycraft assassination?
Oh, that's for
That was
finding people who can tell you about how you would get around, like, blocking, teleporting and shit like that. Like when the fact that Eremos was able to, like, leave the thingy, the council, the Dwarf King's, like, place.
Yeah. Yeah. So
And even it seemed threaten the Elf Queen, remember?
also got locate GGW still. Fire Black Fang spear. Get new Eye of Jane.
I guess to me that's just you'll need to think about it, right? Because that's doesn't mean so you have to ask the question now. Because this is taking too long is why I'm saying that. So
Yeah.
moving on. So yeah.
I'll just say that to
Mhm.
unless you want. In fact, do you want to move on to the other?
no, I want you
players,
to. I want you to say. I'll come back to that. Like I want you to actually address it in the scene, in case Maras has more to say to you.
Okay, final chance, guys. Any immediate questions somebody can think of I should ask?
ask about the hand.
Yeah. Okay, right. You know what? We're going to spend this on hand. I'll be like, looking at you, and I'll be like, I do not mean, like, I mean no offense by this question, but
His
I
eyes
seen-
look down at his left hand because he knows what's about to be asked. Just
I
looks down
seen-
and then looks
I
at
have
you.
seen what you did to your mother's piano. I need to know, why is your hand the way it is?
Always the hand, everybody asks. When I first came to Omen, I had no distinct talents. Like my mother and father, I had spent my life surviving, and that in itself is a talent, but it is not utilized here greatly. We were here for a while before my father passed. I found myself erratic and in need of things to do. About constantly being under threat. Taking after my mother and her magical abilities, I attempted to learn magic myself. Reading books, just learning. And one day, after I'd learned nothing but perhaps I had barely mastered dancing lights and I could somewhat use prestidigitation, my, as I said to you, hubris or excitement got the better of me. I attempted a spell known as shape change. A spell that masters of the craft can do. Certainly not novices. And he kind of undulates his fingers as he looks at his hand and just
Sorry, what was the spell?
shape change.
Shape change, right? So I thought
Yep.
you said sheep change.
Why?
Shape change? No.
Why would there be a spell called sheep
It's called
change?
shape change when you can just polymorph.
Yeah, no, because I was like, isn't that just Polly?
The very
No,
specific
no.
polymorph.
Only used by farmers.
Only used by farmers. Oh no, wait, that's gonna go dark places. No.
That's really cool. I like that. I'm gonna use that.
As you
Don't
can
kill me with my own food, please.
So- And Maratis just kind of looks back up at you. It worked. I simply had no control over it. It took them nearly a week to get my bones back to where they should be. For my muscles to be torn and reattached to correct ligaments. For my skin to be torn and re-sewn to place. It took nearly a month for all of the effects to go away. My hair would grow at a ridiculous rate. I would go meditate and then I'd wake up entangled in the damn stuff. And my teeth tasted funny for a while. But they could never fix this. No matter what, they couldn't fix this. And I was sick of the magic they were having to use. It was agony. After that, my mother introduced me to Rosera, who would go on to teach me everything I know.
And I just kind of like smile and just be like, Sarah is a great man. I respect him a lot.
So do I.
Need to know though. May I ask, what were you trying to shape change into?
In all honesty, I can't even remember. I think it was a dragon. I think it was something huge and destructive. Because I just wanted to go back underground and keep killing. That would be problematic, a dragon in those caves, don't you think?
I'll just be like, I'll just smile and be like, there's a tool for every job. And if your object, and if the outcome was death, then a dragon in a confined space would definitely deal with that.
Yes, it would. But
And
this
I'll,
is a malformity. That's
I'll
all it
just,
really is.
I'll just kind of like extend my hand out, to hopefully have you put your hand in, like your like clutch claw handy thing in mine.
Clutch claw hand.
Okay.
I'll let him. I'll put my hand out. But palm facing upwards, so the claws are facing the ceiling.
Yeah, that's do, do, don't want to do anything. No, I don't. I'm just gonna kind of look, looking at it, almost appraising it, and just be like, well, if this is what you used to deal that to the piano, then this is nothing to be ashamed of. I would carry this high with pride. And
Constant reminder of a failure.
I just kind of, this is gonna, like, let me finish. Crumbar just drops your hand, and you see him just kind of like unbutton his shirt.
Oh,
Take that off, and you just see like a mark on his chest, and I'll be like, just pointing at it, being like, this here is a constant reminder of a failure, but because of it, I grow better. And then I just gesture to all the other like battle scars and stuff. I'll be like, these were all lessons well learned, and I am still here to keep going on with these lessons.
How many of those lessons did you teach yourself, though? How many of those are self-inflicted?
Can you roll Arcana again for me, Raz?
Zoom. Dee, 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 dee.
Nope, It's cool.
That-
There's a mark on his chest that looks like it's like from some kind of magical impact, but you can't work out what it is, which probably tells you it's a high enough level spell you don't immediately recognize it.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, I'll be like, I would never tarnish my own body. Whether or not they were self-inflicted, I've definitely picked fights with things I shouldn't. But we only know how powerful we are when we get defeated.
I'll say also when you had the hand claws appraising it, it's not claws per se. It's the finger's just a massive piece of extended bone. There is no like fingertip and then there's a
Oh,
massive nail. The
right,
whole
yeah,
hand is
right,
just like
okay.
an extent. And when now you've got to get close to it, it's just the bones are now massive shards that are now extending all the way out.
Ah.
So it's not nails, it's not claws like a bird or a cat. It's bones.
Right.
His
okay.
hand, it's basically the fingers have overgrown and the bones have been left like sharpened. And it's kind of almost hard to see where the flesh ends and it clearly goes into this kind of bone nail-esque structure. But it's not as simple. It's clearly not just like, oh, like it was kind of like a dragon hand and it still looks like that. It's not right in any way. It looks like somebody started sculpting something and gave up part of the way through.
Yeah.
That's the kind of
Right,
vibe.
okay. Because
What are you thinking,
yeah,
Scott? Think out loud.
That makes sense. Yeah. No, I thought it was just like kind of like I was going to say Wolverine claws, but not like that. But
No.
like your nails. Yeah. Okay.
It's not. It's weird shit has clearly gone on here, and it's not quite
Right.
worked
Oh,
out.
right. That cleared up.
But I will say that I might seem spiky,
Mhm.
but I don't ever expect someone to do more than their best. It's all you can ever expect out of someone. If you expect more, then you're an idiot and cruel. People can only do their best. This, he says, kind of raising his left hand and then letting it drop, is a constant reminder of what happens when someone does too much. When somebody feels like the only way to be enough for somebody is to break themselves.
I'm
And I
just
don't
gonna
want
put.
that.
I'm just gonna put a hand on your shoulder and be like Maratus, I respect you. I may even say I like you. And I would never see you break to impress someone else.
There's a smile. There's a soft, soft smile. And then he backs a few steps away, kind of rightens himself out, cane to his side, and gives you a low, sweeping bow. It is nice to meet you. My name is Lord Maratus Spinel, and I am a wizard of omen.
I will put my hand on my chest, but like slight bow, and be like, Crumbar Dennerbeck, acting High Commander of the Golden Order, and sort her out of whatever the fuck is going on.
May this be the beginning of something at least interesting, if not fruitful as well.
And I just say to you, like in Orcish, it's like, I look forward to our battles together.
I don't think I know Orcish. Where is my sheet? No.
Oh well.
It's fine.
It doesn't
Also,
stop
Artis
Crumbar.
knows she probably swore at him.
Again, he kind of smiles and kind of just still looks kind of exhausted, just lets his shoulders drop, like the kind of act that obviously he puts on every time he goes out the door with that big sweeping bow that this is the Maratus he presents to people. I am going upstairs to take a very long bath. and dread the inevitable conversation I'm going to have with my mother, and then have that and meditate. But firstly, I need to talk to the others to organize sending messages out for people. I need to send one for Bastiel. Are you in need of me to send a message to someone so you can speak to them about anything in particular?
And I'll be like, I do, but you need your rest. That's fine.
I may
I
as well
wish-
do it before I rest, and then I can recuperate from what I have to do.
Okay. I just ask. It's like, I wish to get in contact with Zadreka, who is the High Commander of the Golden Order, that she is currently fighting down at the Abyss. I wish an update on how things are.
Right, since I don't know her, I can't send a message. I don't know. But your Bastiel, he can, can't he?
I will get. It's like I'll just nod my head. I'll be like, I'll see if he's up to the task. Shall we? And I'll just kind of gesture
Yes.
towards the way in.
As we're walking through the greenhouse, I will just cast sending to send the message to the button, and then we do spell use.
Do you mean Count Ducasse? Or
Hang on. I'm making sure that's it. Yes, because I keep getting sending and message mixed up. They're not the same thing.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
no, they're not 120 feet.
Yep, I am. I'm always like, no, something. No,
Yeah,
no,
really aware
no.
of that one.
when you have to, it's the doll of Isla that we buy, and you click the horns together, and it just says 120 feet.
Yeah. Yeah. Just a
and
little
so-
reminder, worry doll.
Count Ducath, Maratus here. I have a new friend in town who wishes to hear about your work on the Phoenix. Quite a unique specimen. I think you'll like him. Is tomorrow morning quite all right? Then I wait
Okay.
for the inevitable hyperactive response.
Okay, so that gets sent away, and then yeah, like a couple of moments pass, and then there's a plus one. Maratus, who? Also, why wait till morning to discuss this? Come over now.
Oh no, him and Bastial are going to get on so well.
All right, cast it again. Ah, wrong way. Lord Maratus Spinel. We've met a few times. Can't do tonight. Must wait until morning. The poor soul's asleep. A long day.
And then it's a reply saying, wish your mother well for me. Will she be coming too?
No response.
Bastiel clenches his fist in the distance.
Oh dear, so good. Right, so Serene. Sneaky
Mhm.
Serene.
Sneaky, serene.
So you heard all of that, obviously. Not necessarily the message replies, but everything else. Yeah, so what are you up to during all that?
During all that, I am just keeping a keen ear, just listening to everything they're saying. Yeah,
Okay.
learning a bit more about Maratus, so that's good. But just before like they kind of wander back in, I want to sneak back into the dining room and act casual, like I've never left. Just chilling out.
You grab a book from the library, then you have you're reading it upside down.
Upside down, yeah.
Reading a cereal box.
Oh dear. So good. Also, this reminds me of the other King Shark scene. And he's reading the book upside down. Because he's trying to
We
pretend
love
he's
him.
smart.
He's
I love him to
Leave him
bits.
alone. Leave the baby.
Me smart. Hand. God, he's so
Best
good.
boy.
So yeah, I think you can like sneak back. Your spell lasts like an hour, doesn't it? So you've
Yeah.
definitely got your. As I'm assuming, I can just let your 28 ride on that because I don't see the point in rolling again. It's yeah, definitely the attempt at being sneak. They are quite caught up in themselves. I am sure we are shocked to hear this, Serene, but they are quite caught up in each other. Yeah. Meanwhile, at the I'm assuming you're not wanting to interact with them further, or you, or do you?
I was maybe gonna want to talk to Moratis, but
Yeah,
that
no,
can like
no, I'm happy to have that now. Yep.
okay.
Yeah.
Walking back through, just see her sitting alone at the table. Have the rest retired for the evening, dear?
Oh, no, they've gone for a walk with your mother.
Instant face drop. Like, I was in a good mood 10 seconds ago.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure they won't be long.
Sorry to have left you on your own, dear.
Well, that's fine. I'm happy by myself. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about maybe your slight outburst earlier today. I'm sorry if this is kind of being a bit forward, but I kind of noticed that you do seem to have a problem with keeping your temper, and perhaps hiding your prejudices. To be honest, you've been acting like a spoiled youngling, and the way you've been acting will cause us and you, including you, problems.
Yeah.
You may not like
That
it,
was so
but what we're doing is to save the world, and we are dealing with dragons and gods and many other things that you might have a problem with or not believe in. But if you're going to stay with us, you will need to learn to be civil. I do expect your best.
I lean down and get right in her personal space. Because I'm assuming you're sitting?
I'd maybe stand up for this.
All right, okay, then I just kind of get in your personal bubble quite happily. You can tell this spoiled brat to not hate the world. But this spoiled brat is probably far older than you and grew up zone and had most of their childhood ripped from that. So forgive me, I have outbursts for my entire upbringing, surrounded in death and fear. I'm not good all the time. And to
Well,
expect more of a child of war is a little bit much.
no one is good all the time. And you may not think it, but I am a lot older than I may seem as well. I didn't grow up in the happiest of circumstances. Our family were always at war with the Fae, and yes, it was extremely difficult. It was a hard life. But I don't let that stop me from being kind to people and being civil and looking to help the world. And I know that's what you are doing now, but your attitude is just, it sucks.
Yeah.
And although, yes, my name is Serene, I chose that when I left my home because that's what people called me. They saw me as Serene, but that's not the only emotion I am. That's not all I have. You need to learn how to interact with people because you've done a really bad job so far.
You
With me,
wouldn't
anyway.
survive 10 minutes in Omen. But
You
I
wouldn't
do.
survive 10 minutes in my home.
Be that as it may. I went from a war zone to this place, and I've learned to survive in those two scenarios. So
Yes.
forgive me if I am not sweetness and light when I came from the Underdark, where it was hell on earth, and then, or under earth, I should say, and then came to this place where every single emotion is torn apart and preyed upon. I have not had time to learn civility. I have learned to survive.
Just kind of chuckle a bit to myself. Just be like, you see them as two different things. They're not. Just think about it.
Pray tell, when was the first time you saw a dead body?
Probably before I was 10.
Me too. And I'm just going to get right next to her ear. And the child was younger than me at the time. And I go upstairs. Just walk away and go upstairs.
Okay.
Amazing. Serene.
So,
Yay.
I'm so pleased, by the way, just as a very small aside, that you actually did bring up the fact that you're like, I am old and I grew up in a fight. Like, that's
Yeah.
not, you're not special. Like,
Woe is me.
yeah,
Ugh.
it was good. I enjoyed that. That was very good. Because it's a nice bit of backstory for you as well to come up. Because obviously you don't know each other.
Also, your name's not Serene.
I mean, let's focus on the important things, okay? Called Maratis out in his shit.
Yeah, 100%. Like, I had to mute because I was in stitches, man. I was loving that.
Good character development. Right, so Bastiel, how much did you blend into the background during that to just not be there? Not the Bastiel. Sorry, who am I fucking talking to? I am Crumbar. Even it's because I was moving. You were talking when I said that. That's why.
Where were they when they were having this?
Hey, you two had just left the conservatory, greenhouse.
Narratively excuse myself for the findings of alcohol.
Okay. I do believe that you'd walked into that room with Maratis, and obviously Serene was there, and you walked past Serene into the kitchen, and then just stayed in the kitchen. And when you started hearing the conversation, you're like, "I'm gonna stay in here, out the way."
Yeah, I'm like, I've made my peace with Maratis. I'm not about to start up a fucking war zone again.
100% that gif is what I was thinking. Yep. So, meanwhile,
Yep.
Balalala, all the way.
I have to say that pantry would be very stacked, so he'd be there a while.
Right. So, Team Moonlit Walk. What's the chat on the way to the train station?
Walking along, kind of like there's that metronome of the bottom of the great axe tapping against the floor. It's like a walking stick. Yeah, probably. Just, do you understand what it would take to create an ocean? I couldn't even conceive of such a thing. You think Magna's that's? Oh wait. Well, and I kind of look at Maratis's mom.
I like that you're like somebody's friend that calls it's like like Scott's mum instead of saying their name.
Yeah. Miss Maratis's mum.
Yeah. Right. So what is it you actually ask her, or do you just stare at her?
Yeah, I'm just idle small talk for now to Isla about there's no way he's created the sea. It must be natural.
Oh, I don't feel I meant to imply he created it. I think I just meant that's the legend, isn't it? That's the story. He tamed the sea. Hence
I'm going to sort of gesture at the city. All of this.
Tamed. I wonder what it was like before intervention.
Well, Arya pipes up and says, "It was very much nothing before wildlands."
I was about
So
to say,
nothing.
Arya can create water, right?
Normally, yeah.
So, yeah. So I'll say, well, may have been a very powerful spell to manipulate water and change it and where it goes, but to create it, no, I don't think so.
Hmm.
Not this much. But I suppose with enough power, it would be possible to pull the earth from the depths and make land in the middle of a sea.
Hmm.
And she looks like she ponders that, and that'll be very wrong. That'll be messing with a lot of things. And, she kind of like starts mumbling to herself, and to the point where you kind of can't understand what she's saying anymore. But she's definitely not a fan of that idea.
Mm-hmm.
I still love that idea.
Somebody with enough power might be able to do it.
It's like the best thing you could ever tell a dwarf. Make more mountains.
Yeah.
Rip all the ores out in one.
Mhm.
We can't be perfect, and obviously, all dwarves, they have their limitations, I suppose.
I think Lanahara just kind of tuts at that absent-mindedly.
Can we see the trains from where we're walking?
Probably off in the distance, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So stick my hand up, and my curiosity will just get the better of me, and I'll drop the conversation. I'll just kind of be like, they never sleep. Never rest.
Are you pointing at them?
Yeah, I'll say this to Lunaria.
And she'll look at it and she goes, "Much like yourself. Do you feel a kinship with them?" She kind of chuckles, very lightheartedly.
Completely honestly, no humor. He just says yes.
I knew there was a reason why I would like you.
You feel a kinship with them too?
No,
Strange.
I like that you're direct. She just smiles with her toothy grin. After a while, the performances of women great.
As I said before, we are far from the Underdark.
That's not a thing here, remember. It's the underworld is the term here.
Undermarch, that was it.
Undermarch is that's a specific passage. That's only one area in the underworld. The underworld,
shit!
the underworld is huge.
What?
Yeah.
Is it like a whole layer underneath all of the real world? Oh my!
It's not under the real world. It's literally under the world.
Wait, no.
Yeah. What was that?
Think of that bit at Canary Wharf where you can go underneath all the various buildings, and
Yeah,
there's
Blackwall
a whole
Tunnel.
little world underneath. But
Yeah.
some people don't even know. No, it's not even is it a tunnel? I don't know. It's like how you can go to the various buildings in Canary Wharf without actually going outside and getting it done.
Yeah.
Yep, but Basto, you'd know of all this anyway. You'd know of the underworld
Undermarch.
because you were built to go and rescue people in it, right?
Cool.
Yeah.
All right, nice.
See all that top part between the Mount Forge and the Queenswood, all of that has a massive underground settlements and stuff. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
That's pretty much where the war is going on. / totally didn't continue after that was officially ended publicly. Yeah. Yep, but remember I told you there's 3 layers to this world. There's the overworld, which is scary and full of magic bullshit. You've got the world, which is the sane-ish part. And you've got the underworld, which is just underground.
Right, see the war, is that just between the dwarfs and the dark elves?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So.
Okay.
So yeah, you wouldn't say Underdark for that reason, or Undermarch, which would be the underworld. You'd mention and should know what you mean by that. I think when you say like we're far from the underworld, you should say yes, and thank goodness for that. It is not a pleasant place. Are you familiar with it?
Ellie,
When she speaks as well,
somewhat.
she does seem to be including everybody in her speech pattern, right? She isn't just like ignoring everybody else and just chatting with like Bastiel. She is like aiming it so that everybody feels included. So MD can feel free to like weigh in on that convo with her. She has a very clever way of like positioning herself in the group when you're walking so that everybody feels involved. And yeah, you were saying sorry.
So barely. Arya knows almost as much as I do.
I see. And she looks at you,
Wow.
Arya, and she says, "What do you know of the underworld?"
I had the misfortune of finding myself there at a rather dark time.
She laughs.
But
Is there any other?
true. There were both interesting and terrifying things down there. But luckily most of us made it back up. And
Most?
obviously there's danger there now.
Yeah, so she says
Um,
most with like a question mark.
Well, we did not go there alone. We went with some paladins that did not make it up.
I am sorry to hear this.
So are we. They were good people. And they were there for a good purpose. But such is life. We don't always know what's going to be around the bend.
She kind of like smiles politely at that and doesn't really know what to say. Like she's being like, there's clearly a lot going on in her face.
Yeah.
And she doesn't really know what to say to that. And she says, "Perhaps you will find a better outcome from your time in Omen. It is quite safe."
Yes, it does look that way. Does not necessarily have to feel that way for some of us as well, but hey, we can't always have everything that we want to feel safe, right?
She looks a wee bit confused when you say that. And she says to you, "Is there something you are lacking? Perhaps I could assist you."
Oh, no, thank you. That is most kind of you. It's just this entire place has much less nature than I'm used to, and I'm feeling a bit off kilter.
She
But thank you.
nods.
I do appreciate your desire to make it all comfortable.
Yeah.
Arya's just gonna nod and doesn't quite know what to say because she's flustered.
And she nods like a kind of knowing, "Oh, I get you now," right? She takes like a look at you, maybe like more detailed, and sees like the twigs in your hair and stuff, and maybe like makes a bit more assessment. You've been talking about nature, and she's like, "Oh, I think I get it." The whole fish out of water vibes. And then she says, "I would not worry too much for your pet. She is quite safe."
Yes, she does seem to be very, very happy here. I'm actually surprised. Usually I have to keep an eye on her to keep track of where she is, but here I only have to look for your fountain.
She smiles as if that's not like complete subtext. And she says, "I like things to be orderly."
It was genuinely a case of.
Alright, okay. I thought you were having like a slight cheeky dig going, "Yep,
Yeah.
well, I know where my bird is, I guess." No, that's fine, yeah.
No.
And then she'll still smile regardless, because it's, again, that was lost on her anyway. And then she'll say, "Yes, I like things to be orderly within my home."
Okay, so I can appreciate the fact that you're so generous and hosting us all the better, because I know that wherever we go, the Zorda does tend to follow us. And I kind of like think of all the, maybe our bad table manners, or maybe we don't eat as neatly as
Day
everybody is
drinking.
used to, or maybe kind of like trail.
Day drinking was what Isla said, and it's so true. Yep.
Or that, yeah. I'll say I know that we're a bit rougher around the edges than everybody around, and I kind of like gesture while like around. Even obviously, I'm guessing there's maybe not a lot of people on the streets, but like
There's like
general at the
there at any point, like the level of people moving around still seems like, I wouldn't say busy because the place never seems busy, but there are all like the same rough level of people moving around. Yeah, still feels like that kind of constantly active like college
you're
campus.
telling me that they have
Like a shift
you're
system.
telling me that they have, yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say, that they have devised some sort of a shift, so that
Or
it's a
some people just prefer nighttime,
continuous
right?
workflow.
Yeah, I mean, some people like to lie in the sun all day. You know, some people clearly don't, like Lunaria. Sun and her don't really get on. So yeah. I think she'll turn like her body language slightly indicate to Isla and say, "You're quite quiet for someone with such sharp eyes."
Just a little out of also my comfort zone.
I sort of gesture at like Arya.
It's a long way from what I'm used to here. Fascinating though. It's always interesting. Seeing new places.
You can speak freely. We aren't being observed. We're not that important, you see. She just chuckles.
Sometimes it's been best to not say anything in case you say the wrong thing.
She smiles and nods knowingly at that.
Yeah, it's been a ride. An exciting one, I guess.
Perhaps you care to share in some of the excitement? I have been ever so bored myself. Marata's being busy with you does leave myself with a lot of free time.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
She puts like a hand up as if like, the implication would be like, why would you? Like, a polite dismissal with her hand.
Well, I suppose, as Arya said, it's also ordered here. People seem to move with purpose. And
why else
not
would
like
they be
that.
here if not having a purpose?
Perhaps I'll say, except for the Elven Queen, as always.
Oh.
I think Lara will say, what do you mean?
Well, that's where we were. Oh, God.
Yeah, I was look at Bastia like, are we supposed to talk about the meeting the secret? Okay, cool.
What was it you said, Bastille? What did you say? I've never heard it.
I said, she said, what? How would you know that?
And she says, what do you mean? You said something, the Elven Queen. And she was like, what do you mean, the Elven Queen?
Oh, that's where we were. Another meeting with her.
Another meeting with the Elven Queen.
Maratis was fairly stressed out. I thought that...
She puts her hand up to stop you there and she goes, speak less of my son and more of the Elf Queen. You have had dealings with her in the past? You and her have a relationship of some kind?
Some kind, yes. We've spoken directly to her on a one-on-one basis.
You all have.
She's
sorry.
interested.
And she like looks at everything in the group. You have all dealings with the Elf Queen.
I've only met her once, and I don't think she spoke to me.
She kind of nods at that and looks at Arya.
Yeah.
Arya, you gonna reply? Hello.
I'm not.
What's that?
You're cutting out a lot.
Try that again.
I guess.
Alright, what were you gonna say to her, sorry?
Sorry, you all spoke at once.
I said, what's your reply to Lenara? Because she's looking at everybody, like, gauging your interactions with the Elf Queen.
What happens is Arya's kind of not. She is half elf, but she's not gone gaga about.
Remember though,
Queen
half
at
elven
any
doesn't
point.
mean you're elven in this setting, it just means you've got a bit of fae-ness around you.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
I know.
Bastiel said that you
I
all
know.
had
So
dealings
that's
with
what
the
I'm
Elf
saying.
Queen,
She's
which
not.
is what she's talking about. She doesn't care about your half elvenness. It's not what Lenaria is speaking about. She's speaking about your history with the Elf Queen.
No, but yeah, but what I was about to say, right, is that it's not going to be in any way like, Arya's not gonna like sing anybody's praises because she's not like exactly because she is half elf and not, beholden to the Elf Queen. So she's going to say, yes, we have crossed paths. At times at very sensitive moments. And we were we did receive some help, but at the same time, I figure she's a mystery that I can't quite wrap my head around, which is, I suppose, only to be expected from somebody of her stature. I find myself trying to figure out the people around me and their possible motives, and not having much success. And of course, this this little mission that I give myself was even more difficult when applied to the elf. I can't say that I know much about her. I have heard very conflicting, and I kind of like nod in a way because I know that her son friggin' hates her.
She puts like another hand up
Accounts,
as well to like kind
people
of
that
cut
were
you off, and she says, "No, I meant what was your dealings with her? What was your interactions? I would not dare encroach upon your opinions of others. It was merely, what business do you have with the Elf Queen?"
Well, we have been tasked with holding this world
I was
together.
trying to be very.
Oh, she knows that, but she's trying to cut through that.
Yeah. This world is falling apart at the seams, and naturally, the Elven Queen has a little piece of it for herself, and she'd like to protect it. And so we run into her every so often. 3 times now.
And nods.
Oh.
She like touches like like maybe like just above her stomach, like maybe like where her rib cage would end. She kind of like touches there gently, and she goes, "You see, I have a deep connection with my queen, but I have never met her. You are very fortunate."
Ah. Well, I'm slowly going to unpack my bag, open it up, and would you like this? And
Aw.
offer her the Cloak of Elvenkind.
And then
It's from her.
she looks at it, and she seems yeah, you don't definitely no insight checks needed to see how big her eyes go. And she looks at it and she goes, "You received a gift from the Elf Queen, and you would give it to me."
That's right.
Like
She is.
she like holds it almost like a child in her arms.
I'm afraid my heart is with the gods, and while she is very close, in fact, I almost couldn't tell the difference. She is not amongst the pantheons.
I mean, I think like Lunaria will say like kind of like half, as if to nobody in particular, but clearly in a response to what you said, because her eyes are staring at the cloak as she's like running it through her hand, feeling the material and like kind of moving it around, like you would with like a bolt of fabric or something. And she says, "You would be surprised where the prayers go in the dark." And that's kind of what she says, kind of mostly to herself.
Ooh.
She
She says, "I simply couldn't accept this. This is far too generous." She kind of goes to like hand it back.
I insist it will rot in my bag. I have no use for such a tool.
She
But
kind of
my
she nods politely and says, "Then I must
Oh.
return the favor. Then what would you have of me?" She like folds it over her arm very kind of politely.
there is a creature underneath the forge, underneath all of this. I wish to know its name.
She kind
I
of looks at you and
understand
raises an eyebrow and goes, "Underneath all of what? Omen?"
What's the cadence?
Yeah, that's it. That's the world's name. Cadence is the world's name.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cadence. Open arms, kind of turn around on the spot.
Yeah, just gesturing to everything. She goes, "Ah." She kind of nods and says, "You mean the heart?"
I try and finish her sentence. Heart of the mountain.
She like shakes her head. No, not just of the mountain.
The phoenix.
She laughs. No.
Yeah.
She just like taps her heel on like the very nice walkway that you're on. Not of everything. She gestures around her, like very similar to you. Cadence, you called it. It has another name in Elven, but yes, Cadence.
Find out the name in Elven. That will be important.
It's not like you could do anything with that though. I remember like you need to be an elf to speak good Elven. So yeah. And then she does that kind of spinning around thing, and she says, "I believe it holds the world together. Are you looking to take its job?" She kind of chuckles.
That might be its job.
She might look around at all of you and goes, "You may need bigger hands."
Think it's its job. Think it's its punishment.
Oh. She gave you like another raised eyebrow. That's definitely intrigued her.
Not supposed to hate your job that much, right?
She shrugs.
Yeah, okay, this is kind of a
Not
moment with
supposed
Arya.
to see it as
Yeah.
imprisonment.
You believe the heart to be
And there's
imprisoned?
definitely a sense of that.
What gives you this sense?
Oh, there's definitely something that wants to be freed.
She raises an eyebrow. You speak with steel in your voice. Share, if you can.
Are you going to share about how we've a while ago we read in some books about people that as they were digging inside the mountain, they are hearing the voice of the gold telling them to dig deeper
Oh god.
and deeper. And people thought they were mad. I do not think they were mad. I think they just did not realize who they were talking to. It was not gold. But, of course I can't ask them to confirm. They're probably long since dead.
I think I'm going to have her roll to see if she knows anything about this subject in that sense.
I just say Durgar. That was best.
Yeah, no, like I know you're saying that, and it's also like given her being a dark elf that lived in the underworld, that obviously is older than Maratis, and Maratis speaks about growing up in the war. There's a lot going on there, and you're going to mention Durgar. I'm going to give her advantage because I'm awesome that way. And it's going to roll Arcana, and we're going to see how she does on seeing if she knows anything about that subject beyond just the heart of everything.
Okay.
Oh, well, that's good. I also never took it off to GM. I was going to show it to everybody there, but I'll just pop it in our chat. 2 seconds.
Okay.
So she did good. She got a 30 on her Arcana check.
Good.
That's near impossible. Okay.
Yeah. She is very, very good at Arcana. As you can tell from the brackets there.
13.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ridiculousness.
Also, she has a legitimate build. She ain't bullshit. That's just something her build gave her.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have plus 13 to persuasion.
We all
on
know
my
you.
bard.
You're two.
She got a good. Yep. And she so yeah, her 30 Arcana. She says, you speak of the She kind of like smiles politely and closes her eyes as if like trying to like work out the words, and then she says, "You speak of the propaganda and the, shall we say, lies, in fact, that the dwarfs decided to cover up. The gold sickness was not real. You know this." She looks at you. You have spoke their true name, the Duragar.
I've seen them. I've seen them in their element.
She looks
in their
she looks terrified when you say I've seen them.
no vision.
And like, she looked like, like paler as well as a result of that, and like a step back as if, you've like pushed her or something. She goes, "But they are gone."
I can only imagine. I don't know. Well, and he says that. He says all of that. He's kind of thinking, rolling over. Well, it would take something special to kill them. That's for sure. Each one fending off droves and droves and droves.
You don't understand. The war. It was. And she looks like still, her voice shaking more than my acting skill can do. And she says, she's like not finishing sentences deliberately, by the way, as well. Like she is like proper like in shock at that. I did not experience the Duragar, but I witnessed what they were capable of, and I was thankful that they turned on the dwarves and not my kin. Forgive me.
No one can
And then she
that.
composes herself a little, and like folds the kind of cloak a bit more. And then she says, like again, like busy work, if you know what I mean, with the cloak. And she says, "Perhaps you best hold on." And she hands you the cloak temporarily, Bastille. And she like just puts that out for you. And she like adjusts herself, wipes away like like patches against her eyes and stuff that you might be noticing. There's a bit of like either tear or sweat there. And she says,
"I sweat."
And she says, "I'm feeling fatigued, unfortunately. Please, the train will take you to wherever you wish to go. They run. They never stop. In fact, I am going to return home, but please enjoy the evening. It is a particularly lovely one. And then she
I don't
takes.
think we should just let her go home alone. That would not be nice.
She takes a couple of steps away from the party, and then she animal shapes into a giant eagle and flies away.
Oh.
Oh, I think she might be fine.
I kind of turn my head and look up at the starry night,
Yeah.
I guess, and I just say, I tip my visor to Plagle.
Yep.
My mask.
Mm-hmm. Yep. You take.
Wow.
Well, we probably shouldn't have mentioned them to her.
Why?
To be fair, that's more than we knew 5 minutes ago.
I think it upset her.
Oh, I know. That's maybe
It's the truth.
not good.
Only good can come from the truth, eventually. That's what I believe.
I look like she does not agree with that.
I'll just look at the guys and be like, oh, it might be a good thing not to mention that I'm technically dwarf nobility.
Oh, it's too late. I'm sorry.
Oh, we're really not very good at keeping each other's secret.
We shouldn't hold so many. Our burden is too great.
Maybe we need like a
Well,
list
this
of
doesn't
them.
necessarily mean anything to me. I mean, I'll never be truly dwarf, but obviously this has potential of upsetting and Maratus, so that's why I was thinking of, well, not mentioning it. But if it is done, it's done.
Lady Lunaria is far
She
wiser
doesn't.
than either of us. She will know what to tell and what not to tell her son, I suppose. Yeah.
Are we getting on the train?
Oh no, I just didn't want to hurt her
Yes.
feelings.
We're fully committing to splitting the party.
Yeah.
However long it takes us. To
Get in the
fuck around with
train.
whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah. And I throw my axe on the floor and I get on my hands and knees and I'm looking at the bolts and the seams and the rivets.
Okay.
And I'm trying to figure out how this thing is alive.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Do you have something you want to roll for that? Like, I'll let you roll on that if you want.
Alive check. Medicine.
It's probably not medicine.
There's some kind of like,
could roll Arcana. You could-
arcana.
yeah. It is a,
Can I like assist?
Sure. You can both stare
I'd
around and
also
try
be
and
quite
suss it out.
interested.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I'll be like drawing and like noting things. I'm like, this bit seems to.
Bastille, you can roll with advantage if you want, as you like try and suss out the train. Well, yep.
Fuck.
Oh.
The bad that as Serene was saying that you're looking at how things are connected and all. Or was it? Sorry, was it Isla that said that? No, it was Isla.
Huh?
That wasn't it.
What was
I
that?
said I was like noting.
Yeah. Well, but basically, what I was thinking is, as you said that, my brain immediately went to that little song as kids, like the backbone's connected to them, and then it just
Yeah,
sings about what
exactly.
all the
That's a
bones are
great
connected
song.
to. So I kind of
Still use
imagined
that.
you doing that about various little various little components of the train, like this is bolted to this and this is bolted to this.
I just grab this thing and squeeze it and get blasted by fire extinguisher.
Bastiel, if you're trying to figure out if it's alive, I could maybe see if it thinks.
Crane my neck up from where it is on the floor. Please.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Detect Thoughts.
Oh, I said hello.
See if I can hear the train.
Do you want to just write that sentence somewhere so we remember you said that?
Can I hear the train?
Dear God. Oh dear. Right. No, obviously, is the answer, but I like that you tried.
Might be like an Ava, like Evangelion.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a human.
oh dear. No, sadly not. The train no have, thank you.
Oh,
But I
I
like
feel
that
really
you
sad about
tried.
telling Bastiel that.
Mhm. Well, it's that or
think
pretend what it says for the rest of the game.
Oh,
No,
probably got really
no,
good
I have enough deception and secrets going on now.
Yep.
I'm adding another
Yeah,
one.
also try not to
I have to
gaslight your
remember.
teammates, yeah. Oh dear.
Well, it's either lacks intelligence enough to speak, or it's a magical construct that moves, but isn't
Man.
alive. Like you are.
I
Sorry.
put my ear to the floor again, and I'll say, "What spell is this?"
Oh, I can detect thoughts. It just surface things. I don't do it often.
Oh.
It seems
Lee puts
intrusive.
her head on her hands on her head, kind of like, "Are you doing it now? Still?" Kind of like if she holds the sides of
I
her
feel
head
like I
to
have
keep
to
her thoughts in.
focus. I don't feel like I just get everybody's thoughts within a radius because that would be insane.
Have that spell?
You
I don't
focus
know.
on a mind. You
I
focus
don't
on a
have that
mind.
spell.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'll be like, no. I have to like think about you, and then I could, but I won't because that's not okay.
Did you do that? Did you do it on Quick Spell? Strange
No,
character.
I did not feel casting anything in that room was a good plan.
Hmm.
The last time I used it was I look at Arya like remember the whole thing where we tried to check if Patravandrus was himself.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He didn't.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I knew you could do that. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that was an event.
Yeah, that time when we learned that we can't listen to Rasira's thoughts, and Patravandrus was in lots of pain.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
They sign out.
Yeah. But
Yes.
yes, I definitely
Well, it looks
can't
fine
hear
now.
the train.
Yeah, I
I
guess.
don't
Mhm.
I don't know. It's not supposed to work on anything that lacks intelligence, but I suppose if I look at Arya again, if there's something in plants, it would maybe work. I don't know.
That would be interesting. Yes, if you'd be willing to try, that might be a way to understand a lot more. What's going on here? And
Well, I can do it a few times, so if we can find some
that would be
plants,
lovely. Thank you.
I suppose that's where we're going. Where are we going? Why are we on a train?
For
What
the
are we
sea.
doing? Okay.
You're proving a point.
I mean, they
A
probably have
magnet.
something like a. I mean, no, they wouldn't have a park. Why would they have a park?
They did
We're
have
all way
parks.
too
They
practical
just were
here.
functional parks. Because they did. They definitely had like green. It was like green, but it was like functional. Like this is a
Yeah.
waiting space while I wait to meet someone for a meeting.
Yeah, like square of football
That
pitch.
one.
Yeah,
Oh,
kind of done
team
with the
train.
train.
Yeah, so you get to the docks.
Yeah.
Yep, what's the plan?
Cool.
So,
Do we? Okay, yeah. What are we doing with the water? What's the plan? And then we'll see if we can detect the thoughts of the plants.
well, my thinking is that. Well, I guess I'll just do it in game. Right. And it'll kind of. Bastil's going to look for somewhere he can touch the sea water.
I mean, you could probably like head down to the water itself, yeah?
Is it like a sandy coast, or all of that's just paved over?
No, it's all like everything is like constructed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no like rocky
nice.
cliffside or anything. No, it's very like Venice-y vibes that way, right? So yeah.
He'll walk over to that kind of place, put his hands on his hips like he's done it, and then he'll say, "All right, Naya, you will talk to the High Druid."
What?
I mean,
Well, this is nature.
that would be nice, but
Unless he's 120 feet away.
Kind of take Aya's hand. It's slightly walk into the water a bit, like I don't know, Prince of Egypt or some shit. That must have happened at some point.
When you say walk into the water, you mean jump off the side of
Jump off.
and then head into the
Okay.
water? Because there is no like shallows. It's just
Then I won't take
straight
that.
down. Yeah, cool. Totally.
But
I mean, is
Can
there any
every-
chance to just sit on the edge and have our feet in the sea? That might be a
Yeah,
thing.
you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna chuck. I need like a useless object to chuck in there. See if it'll just like it's like a trash compactor or something.
Just litter in the sea.
Honestly,
The
Bastian.
science.
I mean, for once, people being a bit crazy is actually,
Yeah.
a bit
I can give you a
in our
torch.
favor because they're being overcautious.
Do you want a torch?
Yeah, I'll try a torch.
Okay, cool. I give you a torch. An
Give me a quarter
unlit
for the arcade.
wooden. Cool.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you. Then I stick that right in
Yep.
and let go of it and keep my eyes on it.
Bobs up and down the water. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And I jump in the water.
Okay.
TL, are you waterproof?
I don't breathe.
You jump in the water and you just start to sink.
Oh fuck.
Yes.
Okay,
heavy.
okay.
Aisha.
I need to
That's
make
okay.
myself into some sort of sea
I
monster to
cast,
save.
I
Oh.
cast telekinesis.
Okay, yep,
Oh, well,
cool.
okay.
And I grab him and I pull him out of the water.
What? I was in the mid.
Go for it.
Oh.
Go for it. This is a good
I can
plan.
then drop you again, but like
This is actually a good plan.
you're gonna-
Otherwise, you
you're
may or
gonna
may
have
not
to
lose him.
persuade me. Yeah, so I grab you. I think as long as you're under, it's some ridiculous number, like £1,000. Are you lighter
Yeah,
than £1,000? Good. Pick you up.
It's so ridiculous. So you lift him out of the water and put him back on, the land, as it were.
I'm almost picturing like sort of force lightning, but like just kind of like gently like holds you and then moves you and then pushes you down.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the
Why
matter?
did you jump in?
Because I
We
need
to
nature.
I just want to issue a motion that we should discuss our plans before we do them.
Well,
this
what could
keeps
go
happening.
wrong? I'm no torch.
No, but
Just water pouring out of him.
we, Bastiel, in the
I look
greatest
at
of
Isla,
respect,
she's
we
saying
don't
that.
know how you work. And I don't think submerging you in potentially magical water is the way to test that. If you
I
want
kind of
someone to
grab.
go in the water, I can be a shark. Do you need me to be a shark?
Oh.
Just so casually said.
Well, I can. You've just never asked.
That's a good point about the water. Is it magical? I'm going to kind of try and
Also,
grab Aya's hand.
buoyancy is
magical.
something I want Shan to understand. A wooden torch stick is going to float on water, and a Bastiel won't.
I know. It's just that. Well, the thing is, I can breathe down there,
You know what?
even if
Why
I
not
did keep.
just cast banish? Yeah, but you can't do it with pressure.
Huh?
Are you just looking
Pressure.
at both of you guys kind of like, what am I,
Also-
a duck? Like,
Yeah,
like
no,
you
you-
can make yourself
Alright,
into a shark. Kind
also-
of like, hello, did you forget the various things I can make myself into?
We could both be sharks, Bastiel. Why haven't you asked us?
Just
for
saying, Serene, you missed the correct party to go with.
Right?
You remember in Pirates of the Caribbean when the dead are walking along the
I can
seafloor?
walk
do
on
that.
water, guys.
No. Oh yeah.
That was the shallows. They did that.
Yeah, we don't know how deep this is.
Well, it's not the Marianas Trench.
You don't know that?
We don't know that.
Come on. Alright, fair enough. It could
Oh
be
my
miles
God.
and miles deep.
Oh dear God.
Imagine it was. Imagine that was like important for the story. Like the
Imagine
lore.
I also loved if we just let him sink.
Yeah.
If we just went, oh shit, Bastiel's gone.
Gets down there and finds the
Reason.
chest with all the previous
say-
characters that have ran the campaign's items.
I was going to say, like, what if like the Eye of Janus and like the Black Fang Spears all just at the bottom of the ocean?
Yep.
Which,
Actually,
to be fair, as
we got that
sharks, we
years
can go and
ago.
check that out.
God,
Yeah.
it's so ridiculous.
Okay, so
Okay.
in that case, I'm going to kind of grab Aya's wrist and try and I'm going to press it against my chest while this water's kind of pouring out of me. And I'll be like, "Quick, talk to him. Say something. I'll cast sending.
Yeah, but that's Arya kind of like panicking in a way because she's like, um.
I'll try and cast sending. Is that a religion check again to
Oof.
do it?
Yep.
Okay. Help me somehow. I don't know how you'd help me with religion.
Can we aid in any way?
No, like
Oh.
unfortunately not.
Oh wait, am I on? Okay, normal. Bang.
Hey!
Well
Didn't we die?
done.
So you reach out with, like, you know, your mind to grip onto the magic that is bequeathed upon you, and there's nothing to grab onto. Like, it's as if there is actively a massive chasm between where you stand and where your power normally sits.
Uh-huh.
It's like reaching for a bowl that's just too far away. But you can now, like, you can now conceive this. There's an active thing in the way.
A stopper. Yeah. Limiter.
Yeah. So
Okay,
it isn't just that your god has went, screw you. Somebody's saying, you know, maybe we should, you know, filter this or block it or stop
Uh-huh.
it. Yeah. So you are now able to, like, grasp what's happening with your abilities.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of scrunch his brow, say there's a god's damned limiter in place.
Oh.
They
What?
So it's not just him. It's not just the High Druid. It's all of them. Of course. It makes sense, I guess.
kind
When
of
in
limiter
Rome.
would let. What kind of limiter would let something like Moreno through, and not Our Lady of Destiny? Fools.
I think as you say that, you hear, oh, do you mean Celeste?
Look around.
Oh my god.
And you look up, and there's a very kind of hard to really place features, kind of well-dressed man, very light blonde glowing hair over his shoulders, holding a pretzel awkwardly in his hand. And then he goes, hello, and he waves at you, Bestial. And it cuts to the other guys.
Hello.
So
Well, I just say
Maratis
fancy a swim.
Maratis, Crumbar, and Serene, anything you want to get up to? There doesn't need to be. I will happily stay with them, but it's up to you.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Maratis, Serene.
And I think I'm good. I've told off Maratus. I think I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sick.
Maratis.
I'm gonna go have a kip, have a sleep.
Good. Okay. So yeah, we'll stick with you guys for now. Hello.
You fancy a swim?
No. I came looking for you, actually.
I'm kind of. If I could sweat, there'd be sweat running down the side of my head.
It maybe looks like there's sweat, but it's just the water, obviously, coming from the. It's a good visual gag, if nothing
Is
else.
that Moreno?
No.
No, it's.
And,
Oh.
yeah. Is
What have you done?
that what you're saying to him?
Yeah.
Oh, I bought this. It is apparently food. He just holds up the pretzel.
Is it good?
I don't know. Is it?
Is it alive?
Oh.
Is it? He looks at it and he goes, maybe you could find out. I haven't really inquired into its morality. Someone said it was tasty, and he just hands it over to you, Isla.
Oh,
As if just like wanting it out of his hand.
okay. I'll just hold the pretzel. I'll eat a little bit. Be
all
like,
of
yeah,
like
seems good.
you feel all of your magic's back, by the way, Isla. Like, yeah, all like any like spell slots that were empty, any like sorcery points that were down, like all of it's like whoosh back as soon as he like steps near you.
That just Isla then.
Oh yeah, just Isla. And then
I'm just gonna eat the
Just
pretzel.
so that I know.
Thinking
Yep,
like
yep,
a shell shock. Oh,
Technically, the other two shouldn't be down any, right? Because you can't use
No.
them. So,
Unless
Yep.
my
Yeah,
failed
I
spells
know.
count.
Just checking.
yeah, no, because
As a spell.
it's not a failed spell. You can't cast it.
Okay.
Is the difference? So it's not a failed spell. It's just you can't cast it. So you don't burn anything.
Okay.
And he looks and goes, "You said you were looking for the Rod of Pa. You found it, right?"
We did. That's right.
And he blinks. He goes, "Well,
It's with Crumbar.
yeah.
Don't tell me you want it.
who is Crumbar?"
Because, you know, it has his name on it.
The shiny one. The orc.
There are a lot of orcs down here. And he looks around suspiciously.
Are you not a fan?
I've never met any.
Good lord.
Maybe we could go and you could meet him.
We could introduce you.
Well,
Essentially went on a camping trip with Crumbar.
just looks awkward, and he's like, the rod. Did you find out what it does?"
Look at Isla.
We saw some of its capabilities.
I think when you speak after he's talking about it, it does that almost little jump, and then turns, "Ah, yes. What did you find out?" And he smiles at you.
Well, it was capable of closing things like the hell holes, but it took a lot. It took from whoever did it, I think.
He says that like really understated.
Oh no!
And he goes, "Who learned this? And also, who are you?"
Oh, sorry. I'm Isla. Isla Gale.
"Hello,
Hi.
I am Pa."
Oh, it's lovely to meet you.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Just go
you-
with.
And he like
Yeah.
gestures to the president. Did you work out its morality?
No, but you're correct. It is tasty.
Oh, I wasn't saying that I knew it was, merely that it had been suggested it may be. I am sure the vendor will be pleased. You learned of this rod with my name, though. It closed this hell hole, you say?
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yes, they're not
Hit him
good.
very hard to try to figure out if it's him or if it's somebody that masquerades as him.
Oh.
I don't even.
Insight, huh?
Normally I would insight, but who do you think would be masquerading as him is a better way of seeing if I could get you the role or not. Because you never met
know.
Pa, so it'd be hard for you to gauge.
Anybody that was in that room. Oh, okay, fine.
No, but like
anybody that was in the council that learned that we have it.
no, you can roll. It just means it's more difficult. Like if it's someone you know how they act,
Yeah.
it gives you a baseline to compare. Does this person act like that person?
True.
If it's Pa and you go, does he act like Pa? You couldn't roll for that because you didn't meet him. But you can
Oh,
roll
no.
insight for
You
the
could
comparison.
compare it.
That's what I'm saying.
You could compare it to what you
I just
think
meant
a god of
they
magic
look like
might
they're-
act like.
No, she couldn't. That's bullshit. But you can roll an insight check. It's just difficult. That's all. But go for it.
I don't know.
Yeah. No, I meant just in the sense of like,
Yeah, that's great. Go for it. Hit it. Do the thing.
you know, somebody looks deeply uncomfortable and fidgety and all, especially
Exactly,
if
not
they're
acting
like a
or
god.
whatever. Then that's what I meant. Like I don't know them as a person, but I just wanted to look really hard at them and see
Also,
if
Shan, that assumes
they
that gods
look
all
like
act the
they're
same.
uncomfortable in their own skin.
Well, yeah, that's what you'd base it off of.
So
So,
would it be insight? Did you say? Or
it is. It's insight, yep. And you're comparing it to the council members that you witnessed. Yep.
Oh.
Oof.
Yeah, I'll let you.
Wait,
I'll
you
let
must have better insight.
I'll
than
let you
that. You're
make
a
up
druid.
your own mind. It means nothing.
you have one less point of luck. I'm kind of tempted to use it.
Go for it.
I mean, nobody uses it before you sleep.
You may as well, right?
Yeah.
If it's there, why not?
Okay, decent. It's worth it. It's worth
Okay.
it. Okay, it's at 0 now.
Okay. Again, what do you think? Like, what's going through Arya's mind?
I'm trying to see if I recognize any of the,
No, I mean, like, what is your gauge?
I don't
So
know,
you get
gesticulation.
no info. So what is your read on him?
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, then I probably I'm just um I was just gonna look if any of the gestures that he's using remind me a lot of the gestures of the people in that room. But
The ticks.
that's fine. Yeah, like ticks, or like, like somebody just randomly like scratches behind their ear as they talk, and that
Yeah,
sort of
there's again
craziness.
nothing that is standing out as weird. They're just a bit clearly odd. Like
Fair enough.
everything's new to them. Yeah. So yeah, they kind of look around and obviously
They don't go out.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, they're definitely an inside person. They're looking at you, Isla. He says, "You were saying."
Oh, yes, the hellholes are not good. But oh no, we were talking about pretzel. The pretzel is tasty.
You know,
Yes, good.
nods.
It's a synonym sometimes for tasty. Good. It can just mean yummy. It doesn't have to be a moral thing. I'm gonna eat more of the pretzel in nerves, just like oh pretzel.
He nods and he says, "You wish to keep the rod, then? It sounds."
We have no choice.
Yes.
He looks confused at you, Bastia, when you say we have no choice. And he goes, "Oh, are you experiencing duress of some kind?"
In a sense, that's where the hellholes come in.
What influence do they have upon you?
Learn to try to kill him.
Was that not a whole? That was a scam. It was a scam run by him.
Yeah, it was how he insight checked Bastiel. Yeah.
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 He says, "And what influence do they have upon you?"
Well, they represent a certain end to all things, all of these things, and then 2 pretzels.
He raises an eyebrow. I see. Insofar as I don't follow, but if there was something I could have assisted with, I would have alleviated such a thing. You see, but okay. He just looks at you, Isla, and smiles, and then looks at Arya and nods and says, "I'd quite like this item returned to me after your duress has ended."
Why would be
Well, that's
fine.
no
He kind of looks at you and goes,
good point.
he looks at you like he doesn't understand the question, like, where would you find them? Like, that just is a bemusement to him. He looks at Bass and goes, "Well, he has made his way to me before. I am sure he could make his way to me again."
And I will.
He nods. "And I have your word on this."
The only
Uh,
problem is the item might be changed. Might not be the same as it is now.
He kind of looks at you and kind of again, as if none of that's really registering. He says, "I merely need the item returned. That is all."
hmm.
But if you give somebody an egg and then they make cake, they
Then-
can give you cake, but they can't do the egg.
Mm-hmm.
Well done. That's good.
Yep. It doesn't really seem to bug him though. He seems like he'd be happy with cake, is the vibe you're getting here.
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
I'm fine with giving it to Pa then. once we're done.
So just to be clear, we're saying we're going to give him the world-ending, creating, saving weapon after all of this.
The artifact, I believe, is its
Yeah.
current title. Yes.
I feel if anyone, Pa is going to take it, put it in whatever his tower is, and lose it, and no one else is going to have to deal with it again.
That's a good point.
I don't feel we want that thing left on the chessboard.
It's also going into Celeste's hands, isn't it, by the end?
Well, she wanted
No,
the
she
sphere.
just told us to close the. Yeah.
Oh, she just
She
wants the
wanted
sphere.
the spear
Oh.
to be kept away from the
Celeste.
people.
Celeste has never mentioned the
I
artifact,
don't even
ever.
think she wants it for
Yeah.
herself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, well,
that's
Celeste
that's
is
not
allied
from
with
her.
Par either way, so it's fine.
They at least knew each other, yeah.
Yeah, they seem
Yeah.
cool. He knows her name. We're grand. He said the magic name.
Yeah.
Why aren't we all on board?
Yeah. That's how we operate in this group, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know a better way?
That
Oh,
seems,
no.
seems to work. Seems totally legit.
Basile will say, he'll kind of shout out, I guess, to the roof. He's still on the roof, is he?
He's never been on the roof. He was
Nice.
just user just like down like some steps towards the water's edge, and he's just
Oh,
at
right,
the top
yeah.
of those steps. Yeah,
I completely
but he's
different visual in my head.
like that's when he
He's thrown
appeared.
a pretzel at me.
That's when he
Yeah.
appeared. Then he walked down and handed it over because he didn't want to hold it anymore.
Mhm.
Oh,
he's,
cool,
he's
then I
just
won't shout
right
at
next to
him.
you. Yeah, ideally, he'd still shout if you want. Yeah.
I'd say, I'll kind of grin and I'll say, I'd make that deal if you'll tell me of the Phoenix.
He looks bemused, and he says, yes, if we need to barter like the vendor," and he points to whatever's left of the pretzel. I thought
There's not much.
I thought you're beyond such things, but that if this is the price, it is cheap. He chuckles. Are we agreed?
Okay.
He draws like some
Yeah, I'll look
sigils
to-
in the air, and they kind of like hover.
Sure.
He says, "Please make your mark."
Fuck. Alright. Player agency
on,
moment, I
Bastiel.
guess.
You're the one that keeps like promising things to gods.
Alright, let's do
What's
it.
one more?
God promiser. Yeah.
Yep. Hela, Celeste, Paul,
Indra.
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 Yep.
Yeah, I feel this is on brand.
Yeah, okay.
You make your mark.
I'll give my handprint.
Yep.
Uh,
Yeah, and like the kind of magical sigils appear, like where your handprint is leaving the mark you intend, and it, like dismisses. And he goes, "Excellent." And he looks and goes, "You realize you follow the Phoenix. You may not feel her warmth now, but you follow her." He looks at you confused. And he looks
Celeste.
over. And he looks over. He doesn't answer that. He looks over at Emila. He just pats you on the head and smiles at you. And says, and when you say Celeste, he says, "By what other name would you know her by?" And then he says, "I will see you at the end," and vanishes.
Oh.
Okay.
And that's where we end, obviously.
Finally.
Yeah. My face there was just like so shocked. I was like,
I was shocked Pikachu face.
yeah, yeah, for sure. It was so
Hmm.
amazing.
Sick.
So, a name perhaps for this session, folks.
Oh.
I've already given not one but two suggestions.
Yeah. I did like Train of Thought. I thought that was quite good.
Oh, that was, yeah.
I was being silly. I don't think it should be.
My favourite moment was
I'm being
Maratus
silly.
and Serene talking. I can't think of a name for that.
War Orphans.
Yeah.
It's not really
Orphans
accurate,
in it.
but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe just War Torn, maybe as well. It's a good one. Or Warborn, maybe? Warborn. Warburn.
Urban?
Warburn.
So just had,
Really?
yeah.
Phoenix by another name is good too.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
It's going to seem like a really dumb reference, but I'm just saying that's what you call it when you're missing a limb and you can still feel like
Mhm.
itches and
Mhm.
stuff.
Mm.
And that's like kind of Maratus.
Phantom limb?
Yeah.
Just got
Other suggestions?
Sneaky Serene.
Excuse me. Mhm.
I'm thinking of a Muse album or song. I can't remember what it was, but I was thinking like Black Holes and Revelations because I feel that some things are like even deeper and darker that we've been discussing, and we've had some revelations as well.
Yeah.
But I feel like it will be a bit, copyright and stuff.
I mean, I chose a literal video game.
So, any
Just because that made me laugh when
that thinking,
Crumber and when Bastiel tried to walk in the water.
It's just, oh my god, Bastiel got a Jesus complex. Yep.
That's actually a spell, you know.
You cannot walk on water.
I can do that spell.
Yeah, I can walk on water.
Oh.
God. Stop bragging.
Yeah, I can walk on water.
You would have been perfect.
Okay. So votes, folks. We need votes or suggestions and votes and votes and votes.
Everyone's kind of in a malaise. So I'll go with this.
I'm gonna vote for that too. Why not?
Yeah, I remember that.
It's good.
I really like the Bo Burnham song.
It's just a good mentality as well. Dun 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 dun. Right. So goals. Getting a Janus. No. Theorycraft assassinations. Any thought process on that, folks? I don't think that happened.
Yeah, I'll go. Okay. To go back to it, but I'm saying like perhaps we can like reword that one slightly because I forget every time what it means.
Yeah, what it means. Same. It's more like how are people like teleporting? It's like teleportation question mark.
Why can so like flaws with the wards, I guess. What are the flaws with the wards?
Yeah, exactly. You should have traded that with Pa.
Yeah, we could have asked him so many things. But also what we got was cool. What we got was cool.
That's fair. No, it's fair. It's just obviously hindsight is always, Twitch where. Locate GTW, that didn't happen. Acquire Black Flame Spirit, that didn't happen. That's okay. Find out the cost of freeing the plant being, hasn't happened yet. Delve into the Phoenix, head researcher. I mean, how do you feel about that? Because I feel like, what do you want to learn?
It's pretty much completely resolved. I have nothing more to pursue about it.
Perfect. It's done.
Cool.
Now you could go to that count's house and brag, though. Just saying.
Just stand outside and be like, I know something you don't know.
I mean, you could legit probably earn a place in Omen now, based on writing a paper on that.
Let's go.
So,
spread the word. I'm scared.
Right, what else we got going on? What's in the plants? And that's still ongoing.
Yep.
Still going, yeah.
We got uncover new info about Tiefling's link to the Abyssal Breach.
Sorry, I thought that was mine.
Still going.
Yeah, I am planning on trying to talk to someone about it, but instead we did Night Train Adventures, so...
Yep. Night Train would have been a good session title too. What else we got here? Remember Crumbar, pop in a goal as well when you've got...
Yeah, I'm still trying to think.
Moratis, we've got learn about mastering or removing the Elf Queen connection. Not this session, but definitely was brought up at least about you wanting to sever it again, which was good. Good. Still pursuing, or are you going to change it?
No, I'm going to keep that in.
Okay. Right. Goals that are changing. Are any changing?
Is anyone going to do the Eye of Janus thing next session?
Well, the argument would be, what's your goal to replace it instead?
Yeah, that's definitely something we need to do, and I don't know what we would
So
do instead.
Did you have a suggestion there, Bastiel, or was it just get rid of the goal?
Well, now I have to think of one.
Yeah, so it stays till you can think of one. Oh, what's that?
Do we want to rephrase the theorycraft assassinations one?
Oh yeah. Find out flaws with the wards. Is that even English?
I'll do.
Doors with the wards. Yes.
Okay.
It's just a weird, almost tongue
The
twister.
fleurs with the words.
The fleurs with the words. It's like the rural juror from 30 Rock.
The rural juror. Oh, I think I've been up too long.
Yep. Fair. Fleurs with the words. Right. Anything else changing, or is that everything? Roll-wise, going once, going twice. Cool. We're done. That's a goal done, folks. Is it in the complete pile?
Mm-hmm.
Good, good, good. So what's the XP for that now? It is 1200, right? 1200?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should be 10-0-1200.
No, it should be 101200.
Yeah, 101. Yeah.
Yeah. Or 101200. Yeah.
101011.
I dreamt there was a 2! Yeah. Right, cool. Everybody should have 101200. Okay, wrap up chat. Natalie, do you first in case you have to shoot off to bed? Alright, us.
Yeah, that was a lot. Glad that you finally know what he is.
Mm-hmm.
To a summary. Yeah, nice to know a little bit more about Celeste as well. Knowing what she is or a bit more about her, considering that is a bit of a weird mystery. But yeah, lot happened there. I'm still kind of processing it.
Very heavy session, never mind RP heavy session. Yeah.
I don't think Maratis had a good time.
No.
I think Maratis has legitimately not enjoyed this session, and kind of trying to separate myself from him. Kind of hard, but it's good.
Yeah.
It's all in the kind of RP thing, you know. You'll get those days.
This is it. It's not always going to be like the character's best day. I think Grombar and Arya can attest to that, having been through a lot of this game. Yeah. And it is difficult.
It's always a bit
to pull out.
nerve-wracking, especially when you're so early on. You think, oh no, is this like a precursor that I'm not going to work? So I've probably got myself a bit in my own head thinking this isn't going to work, like Maratis isn't going to work. I can't get him to work with the group.
No, for sure he can.
And so
Especially
now
now.
I'm just kind of sitting thinking, what do I do with him? Like, how do I stay true to him
I have an idea.
and make him
No,
work?
like
I would
it's
say.
fine. You've made him. You've put him in the best position to start as the asshole, and then as we go through things, we get closer to each other, and we eventually kind of like, it's not that bad. He's an asshole, but he's our asshole, okay? So no, I don't think you have to worry at all.
I think I would just file it under the party love and support Crumbar, so there's nobody that can't be welcome in the party.
I don't know. I just get the feeling like
kind of what I was saying, but in different words.
He's only going because Celeste has kind of told him to go. Like, this group would ditch him at the first opportunity. So I'm just trying to work around how to make. I mean, I get that it's a bit different between Maratis and Crombar. Like, Maratis kind of opened up to him and was like, right, I'm actually a genuinely fucked up person who probably doesn't do the smartest things, pushes himself to the point that they destroy themselves just because they're trying to do something or trying to prove a point. It's just, it was one of those sessions, I guess. But I look forward to more.
All coming problems to solve.
Yeah, like I think as well, even just from the response from other players there, I think none of them feel like Maratis won't work, which is good to hear. Obviously I couldn't necessarily speak on their behalf, but yeah, it is good to hear that kind of support from a game. It is difficult though, like the finding your feet stage of a game is super tricky. Trying to like carve out where is your place in a group, when it's especially in an established group, is quite tricky as well, so it is going to be like that, especially with a character as spiky. Yeah, like especially with a character as spiky
Yeah,
as
I feel like
Marissa.
I've built him wrong. I feel like I've made him way too spiky. It's like, why did you build him like
Oh,
this? I'm like more angry at
no.
how I made him. I'm like, you've made a shit character.
No.
This is a great start-off
No.
character, like at the beginning of a
No.
campaign, but halfway in, it's just
No.
like no one would want this guy. So I'm kind of like, oh, fuck.
I
okay.
want
No.
this guy.
Yeah, like he seems like
Because put
it's
it this
nothing we
way,
want to like
we
get to
all-
know him.
Mm.
Yeah, like we all want to get to know him because we know that Celeste picked him for a reason, trusted him for a reason, saw something in him that maybe he's not seeing in himself yet. Just like, you know, she saw stuff in us that we didn't see in us, in ourselves at that moment. So the thing is, I think we all just kind of consider Celeste to be a good judge of character, but at the end of the day, like that's just the in, and we do kind of like, you know, just really want to know the person that, you know, joins every
Mhm.
time, because we know that they have a part to play and we all want the same thing. But no, I think you're seeing yourself too harshly, and it is only the beginning, and we just need to get to know him a bit better. But like I said, it definitely sounds like we're gonna have that sort of like, mate, you can think he's an asshole, but he's our asshole, and we love him. So we're gonna, you know, shiv you if you try to do something to him. So it's gonna be like that at some point. Don't worry. I can already see it.
Yeah, I think it'll take more time for actual like, you know, development to obviously go somewhere, because you are only like what was it, 2 days now? You've known each other, like, right? I mean, if that, right? So, yeah, early days. Anything else, my dear?
Nah, nothing else.
And Crumbar.
Didn't die.
Always a plus.
Always good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Being a lot more diplomatic.
Sure.
Yeah, didn't get turned into a piano.
Nope.
Not
Yeah.
yet.
And then Bastille nearly falling into a deep and dark abyss.
But I would have lived down there, as long as the pressure wasn't.
Yeah,
like,
that would have been the worst part, mate.
Maybe an eternal prison.
Imagine you found a plug down there, like a big bath plug.
They drain the
Oh dear.
amazing.
Yeah. Anything else, Crumbar?
I love you.
Thank you. I love you too, buddy.
Yeah.
And Ayla.
Oh, yeah, I really enjoyed all the conversations. I thought it threw a lot of things. It is that. It's like you know those rice pitchers where they throw them in the air and then you see all the things?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of what it felt like throwing everything up and like we're going to get to see where it settles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed being on Team Train. I really enjoyed trying to talk to a tray.
It was so good.
I'm incredibly glad that I have telekinesis.
Mm-hmm.
I could yoink Bastiel out of the water.
Thank you.
Because that was a moment of, wait, what? He's sinking? Oh no.
What I love is that probably doesn't
yeah.
even look at a place in somewhere like Omen. That's probably just somebody saying, they're probably kept doing an experiment. Like,
Yeah. Can Bastiel float? Conclusion: no.
Take that
Also,
to the
again,
battlefield.
like I know you're not a dog, but you're like there's like a fiery source thing inside you, and we're not sure if you're waterproof. And I feel like we've proved
no,
you're
I know.
not.
No,
So
I've tried everything on it already. You know, I know this thing.
okay,
Go back.
okay, but still, yes, Pa was fun. He's a blast.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see what happens now. We've promised him that we'll give him the artifact.
Yep. He's happy to wait though till it's like.
Yeah, but I'm glad I got out of having to say who used the Rod of Pa. And we just skirted right on past that. Like, great. That was what I wanted from that moment. Good.
Yeah. Nice wee magical surge for you as well.
Oh, that was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm also, she's very interested, like, oh, but I thought my power came from, oh, interesting. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
She's
and his ability to just like fade away as well. There, like bye.
Yeah, again in the city of no teleporting. We've seen a lot of teleport.
Imagine you were like, Magna, by the way, there was a god at the docks. You'd be like, who are you? Why are you talking to me? What's this nonsense? And it's like, yeah, and he teleported away. Maybe you should look into that. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
He bought pretzel. He's helping the economy.
Yep, he contributed to the economy. Where he got the money for it, we'll never know, but...
Who knows?
Yep.
Who knows? But yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. As a player, I really like Maratus. I think he's really cool. And I think the thing with Serene, it's not that she dislikes him either. It's just she's trying to get him to just be a little bit more tactful. Because if he is gonna fuck with gods and dragons like we do, then he might be super powerful in Omen. But compared to a god or a dragon, poor boy.
Yeah, that's the jam.
So just kind of trying to give a bit of that like tough love, but maybe it's not the best approach.
Well, it's for his own good, though.
With Maratus.
I think he's getting enough of that out of his mum right now.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of.
Oh.
I think he needs a hug, and nobody really wants to give him one, and he's well aware of that.
Rhaenyra would give him a
kind
hug.
of bad. Rhaenyra basically.
I also maintain, as a group, we all need to just vocalize what we need. Again,
Like,
I need a
want
hug. Great, we're here. I need a shark. Great, we're here.
I do love that. It's like, I will be your shark for you. It's such a nice sentiment. I love it.
And just turn into a sloth and just give Maratus a hug.
Right, I was carrying around this sloth for a while. Leave me alone.
It'd be a
It's
blue
my-
sloth as well,
It's
just
my
so we know.
comfort sloth.
They both have claws.
True. Yep, there's a kinship
They
there, I
both have
suppose.
claws.
Hmm.
I also love sloths.
Yeah, sloths are great, to be fair.
Oh, great.
They are ridiculous
Anything else, Serene?
and awesome. Awesome and ridiculous.
Is that interested in Team Train? See
Mhm.
what's going on with them. That's good.
Mhm.
But yeah.
I know, another tough choice
We'll
for
see
you.
what
You're like,
happens.
do I stay and listen to that,
I
or do I
know.
go on the train adventures?
So I just had to know what was going on. Had to be nosy. Ah.
You also got to see a tiny snippet of one of our more powerful spells that Lunaria was capable of, as well. That was her wee cheeky level 8 spell that she has. Her animal
Mhm.
shapes one.
Oh, I thought that was polymorph because she did a polymorph animal.
No, it's why I said that she cast animal shapes, and I put in animal
Oh.
shapes
Mm.
into the chat. Yeah. So all those that want to metagame the system can definitely check out more kind of tidbits of what she's capable of. Bastille.
Yeah, that was a really cool session from all angles. My favourite thing is that I like the idea that Maratus may have, they may think that everyone sees them as a failure, or they may just see themselves as a failure, and that's a problem enough. But Maratus can exchange that for the information that they know who the Phoenix is. And imagine being that person in Omen. Like, they can be the one. Like, Bastille doesn't need to do that. But I don't mind if Maratus is like, that's at least a win in probably his own mother's eyes or something. Like, he really achieved something huge here, a research breakthrough. You know exactly what this thing is. Yeah, I like the idea of that. I like what happened. Good game.
Oh, good. We also learned a valuable lesson that jumping into the sea, maybe not the best idea without at least saying it 5 seconds before you do it. I liked the scene though. The scene was fun. I don't know what would have happened if we didn't have somebody to pluck you out.
I would have just lived down there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I
would like to point out that my first thought was I'll turn into a shark and try and rescue him, and then I went, oh no, wait, I have telekinesis.
That makes me think of the falling story you told me about Critical Role with the goldfish. It's like, why is
Yeah,
Why is my first
Yeah.
thought the goldfish?
Oh
and not
my
something
God.
useful.
Shark!
You-
Oh no,
How
wait.
dare you?
It's like
How
I try shark, but
Yeah.
no, I should have tried telekinesis because that was
that
the
is
smart one.
Yeah,
the worst
yeah.
moment
Um,
ever.
Oh, it's, no,
Oh,
life
the
is the
best.
best moment.
Anything else, Bastille?
That's about it.
Ah, good. I don't think I missed out anyone there. I think I got everybody right. Didn't skip anybody. That's good.
Arya?
There's 6 of you now. Ah, good. I think I got Arya
Hello?
right. Did I not? Did I not? Oh wow.
Hello?
I was saving Bastille to last, so I do apologise.
Hi.
Arya, please carry on.
Hmm.
At least I asked if I'd missed anybody.
Yeah, no, that was good.
Okay.
Yeah, I found this to be an interesting session. I feel like you really wanted to remind us why in some places it's a rather rude thing to say, get in the sea, because you don't quite know what might happen once you're in it.
Mm.
But yeah, and I don't know, I kind of quite like the little. Ooh, we just found out something new about essentially the first entity we ever
Mhm.
interacted with. Oh, that's cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Satisfying.
it's also fun to see a dragon in a place that's not supposed to have dragons, a god in a place that's not supposed to have gods. Like, there's a
Mhm.
lot of like misplaced and interesting things here, and I don't quite understand why, but it's definitely keeping things,
Mhm.
interesting. And just as we think we may have figured out things in Omen, something else happens.
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it's
you can't teleport
good.
here. Oh, people teleport in here.
Mm.
There's no gods here. There's definitely one.
Maybe Magnus
There's no
losing it,
dragons here. Oh, there's definitely one.
right? He might be losing his grip on stuff, given that he
I
did look
don't
very
know.
tired. So,
I don't know.
mm. 1 man at the top, never good. Never good. Not good. I'm glad you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to see how the plant detectives team up again. I'm looking forward to see if that goes anywhere. Interesting to see if the person we named and got a really awesome name that may no longer even be met with now, Count Decath. I'm like, will he come up now? I feel like he was quite fun. But yeah. Besides that though, anything else? Are you?
Nothing other than, can't wait for next week.
Yeah, good. Thank you all. Thank you all for playing. Thank you all to those who watched. And well, I guess we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Ah.
Bye.